It's about the I got to say, it's the stupidest thing in sports.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State. Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game.
Ground ball, right side. Cabrera will cut it off. Galarraga covers. He's out. No, he's safe.
Phoenix has the ball, and a pinnacle ball throws it down.
DeBrincat gets it back to Gosses, Barron across, now King.
They score! Raymond!
Big five, Johnson to throw, and it's caught by St. Brown for a first down.
This is BS Sports.
And we are back. I didn't want to be here. I just want to let everybody know, all right? I did not want this to come. I wanted to have a good weekend of no stress, no worry about a game 5 in Cleveland with Tarek Skubal on the mound. I didn't want this, all right? Tigers didn't get the job done at home, so they're going to have to do it on the road. Tarek Skubal up against Matthew Boyd today. So basically, they said on the broadcast, it's just a rematch of game 2. So I'm hoping that it goes the same way in that the Tigers win the game. I mean, the thing is, just in terms of postseason numbers, Tarek Skubal has had the better numbers. But he's pitched more than Matt Boyd has. So there's that. I really like Matt Boyd, obviously former Tiger. So probably trying to get a little revenge on his old team as he did in game 2. And he did really well in game 2, 4 2/3 and no runs. But matchup predictor is as even as I've seen it. ESPN has us at a 50.8% chance to win this game. So it's as close to 50-50 as you can get it. But the money line or the Tigers are also looking at a run line of -1.5. Tigers 2-run favorites in Cleveland, which is, it bodes well, I suppose. And I do think the Tigers are going to win this game. I think Tarek Skubal is just that good that he will shut down the Cleveland offense for long enough time. The Tiger offense will be able to get some timely hits, get themselves ahead. Although in my mind, and this could just be total superstition, in my mind, this feels like first run wins. Whoever gets to the other team's pitching first is going to win this game. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, we do know who the Tigers are playing in the ALCS at this point. It will be the New York Yankees. And in the NLCS, little knowledge there, you have the Mets taking on the Dodgers who came back down 2-1, which doesn't bode well because, Tigers were up 2-1, and if they lose here today, they would have blown that lead. So I don't want this to end. I don't want this run to end. My problem is I just feel like if we lose to Cleveland here, it would be a disappointing end to a season. Even though, obviously we completely overshot our expectations this year, and just for one, winning a playoff series, let alone just a playoff game, winning both playoff games on the road and then winning the playoff game at home, which was massive. But it just feels like you really lost the one you should have won. Like if you would have won at home, the city would have been absolutely electric. But it's baseball. You're going to have to win games on the road. And Tigers have shown the ability to do that. But last week ago today, the Tigers got blown out to Cleveland. So I really hope it's not a repeat of last week and we go out with a whimper. I'd much rather go out with a roar. If we're going to lose, I'd rather lose to the Yankees and have it be immediate, have it be just a 4-game sweep, as much as that would be terrible to go through. But I'd never want to lose to a division rival, especially not Cleveland. And especially when we had them on the ropes up 2-1. And we were winning late in that game, 3-2. And, obviously it fell apart there. But let's get in. This is the first game that I'm doing with the TNT/TBS broadcast, which is much better than the ESPN broadcast. I will just say that. First career winner-take-all game for Stephen Vogt. So I guess in terms of that, we have more managerial experience. Obviously, AJ Hinch knows what it's like in these games. He's been in Game 7s in the World Series. So maybe the experience of AJ will shine here over Stephen Vogt. Is it Voit or Vote? I think it's Vote. But also a little bit of back. I don't know if you can hear it because it's a little far away from the microphone, but my dryer is on because I had to do laundry here. So if you do hear some humming in the background, that's the drying machine. It'll end eventually, presumably before the game ends. Oh, and Kerry Carpenter is active, by the way. So he went out last game with a hammy injury, and people were like, "Oh, geez, is he gonna play? Is he gonna be good?" And he's good. He's gonna be able to play. He's almost certainly gonna pinch hit. Had the big hit in Cleveland last time we were here, but this game, Justin Henry Malloy is leading off as the DH, which is basically the Kerry Carpenter spot. The batting order here for the Tigers: Malloy, followed by Vierling, Green, Ibanez, Perez, Torkelson, Meadows, Rogers, and Sweeney to round out the order. I really hope so. MSU Detroit fan. If we just get a repeat of game 2, thing is, winner take all. It is a full progressive field. Cleveland Guardians fans are repping. Matt Boyd in the regular season, 2-2, a 2.72 ERA and 39 2/3 innings pitched. And obviously shut out the Tigers in 4 2/3 innings pitched in his first start. I think it would be huge if the Tigers can get Matt Boyd out of this game early and not let him dominate as he did in game 2. But obviously, Matt Boyd knows a lot of these hitters well. Former teammate of many of them. He was on the Tigers last year. And then some of these guys who have been here a little longer than that, like Jake Rogers, he probably knows a little bit more well. Bo Naylor is catching. Naylor, his brother, is at first. Jimenez at second. Rocchio, the shortstop, and Jose Ramirez at third base. In the outfield, Stephen Kwan in left. Lane Thomas playing center. And Johensi Noel. Johenski, I don't know how to pronounce it. He's in right. Chad Fairchild is the home plate umpire. Nick Marley at first. Adam Beck at second. Ramon De Jesus at third. Jim Wolf in left. And Todd Titchener in right. And he's also the crew chief. All right. So we are ready to go here. I believe. Still just got the camera on the umpire. And Malloy is in the batter's box. Gives a nod over to Matt Boyd. He taps his bat, and here we go. Matt Boyd starting. Malloy leading off, righty on lefty. First pitch is inside, and I think it hit him. And it did. Wow, so we are underway, and the Tigers lead off the game with a hit-by-pitch walk. All right, well, that's one way to start a game offensively, is first pitch hit by pitch. Oh, yeah, that hit his left leg right on the thigh. Tried to jackknife out of the way, couldn't get out of it. All right, so you'll take that. Tigers get the leadoff man on for Matt Vierling. First pitch to Vierling is just on the outside edge for a called strike one. Vierling in the postseason has struggled. 174 average with a couple of ribbies, no homers, and a 503 OPS. Not had that many big hits. Swing and a miss. Pitch low and outside makes it 0-2. So after the hit by pitch, back-to-back strikes thrown by Matt Boyd. I believe Vierling had an RBI single in the wild card. I think I remember that. I don't remember though. Because I don't know for sure. But it's an 0-2 count to him. Boyd delivers the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout. So after the hit by pitch, it's a 3-pitch strikeout for Matt Boyd. That is not the kind of at-bat you want to have early in this game. You don't want to let Matthew Boyd get into a rhythm here. As Riley Green steps up to the plate, lefty on lefty here. First pitch to Green is outside, ball one. Riley Green had, I believe, an RBI single on Thursday's game. Still really looking for a big hit from Riley. Love to see him go yard here. And there's a called strike one, low at the knees. Yeah, and Vierling was a big vibes player during the regular season, so we need him to step up. Riley Green, 227 average with just the one ribby in the postseason. The 1-1 is inside, just out of the strike zone, ball 2. Crowd in Cleveland didn't like the call, but according to the broadcast strike zone, it looked like the right one. Malloy leading off at first base. Not really going to steal on the lefty pitcher. Doesn't have a whole lot of speed. The 2-1 is outside, and it's 3-1. Good take there from Riley. That pitch looked like I thought it was going to drop for a strike, but it just kept carrying to the outside. So it's a 3-1 count. Man on first, one out. The leadoff man got on a hit by pitch. Here comes the 3-1, and it's outside. He walked him. 2 walks to start the game for Matt Boyd. One of them on a hit by pitch, and that one puts a runner in scoring position early for Detroit to get on top. It's a lone Tiger fan trying to rally the team. So here will be the lefty killer, Andy Ibanez. 2 for 8 in the postseason with 3 RBIs and a 750 OPS. But he has killed left-handed pitching basically ever since he's gotten to Detroit. First pitch to him, he swings and pops it up in foul territory, and it is out of play as it goes off the netting. Boy, you really don't want to have a short at-bat here. Matt Boyd's at 10 pitches already. You want to drag him out. You don't want him to be able to go that 4 2/3 like he did on, I believe it was, Monday or Tuesday. Naylor kind of forcing himself on the netting there. It's an 0-1 count to Ibanez. Checking that runner at second does Boyd. Here comes the 0-1. Tying away, it's ball 1. I'd love to know I know Ibanez's stats, his splits against the lefties is so much better than his stats against the righties, and that's why he's so valuable on this team that AJ Hinch likes to put him in the starting lineup when he knows he'll see left-handed pitching. 1-1 is swung on and foul tip, I believe, into the glove. He might have just missed it. So it's a 1-2 count. Another 2-strike count for a Tiger hitter. Last time that happened, it was a swinging strike to Matt Vierling, and there was no foul tip. He just missed that ball completely. 1-2 pitch to Ibanez. Checked swing, and he went too far. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks is the inning so far for Matt Boyd. Now the Tigers down to their last out with a man on first and second. Yeah, definitely went too far. I mean, he way too far on the check swing. I'll bring up Wencel Perez. 313 average in the postseason. He's been really good. And he's batting on the right side against the lefty as he swings and misses. 0-1 the count. Tigers trying to be aggressive here. They want to score this early run. They want to put pressure on Matthew Boyd. You just got to take good swings. Put the ball in play. 0-1 pitch. And it's outside, but it's called a strike. That was just on the edge. So another 2-strike count. Matthew Boyd a strike away from striking out the side despite giving up 2 walks. Cleveland fans on their feet. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Tigers are struck out 3 times. Matthew Boyd strikes out the side, but he gives up 2 walks. Bottom of the first, no score. Ay. Matt Boyd is going to have another one of those days, isn't he? What did that say? Oh, it actually is West Virginia. Stu. Yeah, you got to move the west. There you go. It's going to be one of those games. Yep. Well, let's hope that Scooble is on another one and keeps us in it. But, I guess you get the 2 walks, so you extend the inning a little bit. You apply a little bit of pressure. Maybe that can put Matthew Boyd in a bit of an uncomfortable spot. But, I mean, he's striking out the side on the top of your lineup. That's, you're going to have to get to him some way, somehow. So hopefully this righty-loaded lineup will be able to put some balls in play, put some balls into the seats in fair territory. But we'll see how Scooble looks, if he can have a quick inning of work and get the offense back out there and not allow for Matt Boyd to be able to relax in the dugout. Oh, wow. Macklin Celebrini is on the IR. The number 1 pick in the past draft for the Sharks. Lower body injury. Wow. Well, that's never good. Man. You know what else I'm like? Here's the thing, and we'll get to this probably on the show next week. Because the Red Wings play tonight, and I already feel like it's a must win because they look terrible against the Penguins last night. They look absolutely terrible. To me, it's so it's just the epitome of what happened last year to me. What does Derek Lalonde do exactly? What is it that he do players get better under him? I guess Lucas Raymond did, but I just don't. I don't see. I don't see the light, and I'm concerned. So it just feels like a must win for Detroit tonight against Nashville. Stephen Kwan will lead off for the Guardians. Tarek Skubal knows him well. First pitch is a foul ball down the first base line. Tarek Skubal obviously has dominated all regular season. He's dominated all postseason as well. There's a ball low and in the dirt. A lefty on lefty matchup. So you kind of like that for the pitcher. The 1-1 pitch. Outside edge, a called strike 2. See, that's the problem is all these prospects are killing in AHL. Come up. Swing and another foul ball from Quan. To me, it's so annoying. It's our prospects are killing it in AHL. It's well then, bring them up. I don't care how good Grand Rapids is. The 1-2 swing and a grounder up the middle is bobbled by Sweeney. He's not gonna have a throw. Skubal fell to the ground on that pitch that went up the middle. I thought maybe it was just I'm not even sure what happened. Let's take a look. It just went through Skubal. He fell to the ground. He was not hit or anything, but Sweeney bobbles it. And there's a leadoff single for the Guardians. They might score this as an error, but I don't know. They're probably just going to call that a single. David Fry steps up to the plate, checked his swing, and he went too far. Called strike or swing and a miss. Yeah, Sweeney just unable to get that ball. And they call it an error. So it'll be reached on a fielding error as Fry looks at ball 1. So now Skubal similarly having to deal with a leadoff man getting on, just like Matt Boyd. Postseason's numbers for David Fry, 3 for 11 with a home run. Obviously had the big home run a couple of nights ago. The 1-1 swung on and fouled. Jake Rogers trying to go back to it. Torkelson as well, but it's well out of play. So it's a 1-2 count. 1-2 count coming. Here it goes. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Tarek Skubal. That's a big strikeout because it sets up a potential inning-ending double play with Quan at first base. Wow. That ball was way inside, and Fry just totally bit. And here is Jose Ramirez, who has struggled in the postseason, but he had a big home run last night, or a couple of nights ago, but he looks at a called strike one. He's batting below the Mendoza line in this series. So Tiger pitching, hoping to continue to stifle one of the best bats in baseball. The 0-1 is swung on and popped up. Right side, Wenzel is running for it. He will get under it, and he will make the catch. Boy, that made me a little nervous. So Ramirez's struggles continue. And I believe that was just a 2-pitch at bat. Man on first, 2 outs. Bottom of the first for Cleveland. And Lane Thomas takes the plate. First pitch to Thomas, called strike one. Changeup, 86 miles an hour. Thomas has done real well this series, 267 with a homer. Tigers trying to stifle this bat. Him and Stephen Kwan just continue to hit for Cleveland. Swing and a miss. Foul tip might have, but it'll just be a 0-2 count. I think that was just a swing and a miss. Skubal, chance to get out of this with one more strike. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a grounder, too short. Toss over to second will be in time. And Skubal gets out of the leadoff error. Head to the second inning, no score. Elimination game 5, Guardians Tigers. All right, well, that was a good start. Good start there. I got a little nervous with the leadoff error. I was like, oh, geez, don't let this happen. Skubal got it under control. He got it under control. That's all I can ask for. Ooh. What the heck? Copper Fit USA energy socks. What the heck? I think Johansson is on the team, though. I think. You'll have to double check the roster for me, Detroit fan. I want to say he's on the roster. He was on the roster when I did the season preview. But that might have changed. Like, and to me, it's if that did change and Hall is on this roster as opposed to Johansson, like what is Steve Yzerman even thinking? Like, what is the purpose? Justin Hall stinks. Johansson is supposed to be this, very highly touted prospect of ours. But seriously though, like, where are some of these guys that I've heard so much about? Where's Carter Mazer? Why would I want Andrew Kopp or Joe Valeno instead of Carter Mazer? Or I just don't what is the point of having these aged players, these 30-plus-year-old guys who have absolutely no future on the team over some of these prospects that are supposed to be the guys that are going to be here when we're winning? It's like, Steve Yzerman's been here since 2019, and we have 4 of his draft picks on the team. That's not a very good number. It's like, it's not good when most of our picks or most of our players are Ken Holland draft picks. And I mean guys that were drafted by Detroit. Like, there's, you have Joe Valeno was drafted by Holland. Michael Rasmussen was drafted by Holland. Dylan Larkin was drafted by Holland. I think that's it. I think. Jake Wallman was also drafted by Holland, I believe. But he's not on the team anymore. Why? I don't know. Apparently, Justin Hall was just too good. We had to get rid of Jake Wallman. Okay, so I am correct. Spencer Torkelson will lead off. First pitch to him is inside. Good take there from Torkelson. Ball 1. Torkelson, 118 average in the postseason with an RBI, no homers. He has really struggled to get much of anything going as he takes ball 2. Good lead, good count here for Torkelson to maybe do some damage. What was Wallman traded for? Oh. I didn't know that. The 2-0 called strike 1. See, that's the kind of pitch that you might want to take a shot at. Off speed, kind of in the middle of the strike zone. I just 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Pitch outside on the edge of the strike zone makes it 2-2. Another 2-strike count. On every 2-strike count, Matthew Boyd has struck out the Tiger hitter. See if they can put the ball in play. No balls have been put in play by the Tigers all game, at least in this first inning. They have not. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul ball. Torkelson trying to have a bit of an at-bat here. Oh, I did not know that. I forgot. Apparently they didn't think that well of him. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Torkelson will run to first. Naylor was off the bag, but he will be able to throw him out. That was a little close. Another strikeout, though, for Matthew Boyd. He's got 4 strikeouts already in just an inning and a third. I mean, Matt Boyd has dominated Tigers hitters in this start this game. 4 strikeouts for Boyd. Been every out. Here's Parker Meadows, lefty on lefty, swings and hits a line drive into deep left field. Quan is running. He will not get there. It'll go all the way to the wall. Meadows will head to second base. He'll get there standing up. And a 1-out double. Tigers threatening again with 1 out. Oppo taco hit for Parker Meadows. A deep line drive that ends up at the left field wall. That's the first hit of the day. Parker Meadows, such a threat on the base pads as well. I don't think he'd be threatening to steal third base, but if you just get a base hit, really anywhere, he should be able to score. Here is Jake Rogers. He's been really good in the postseason as he swings and misses at the first thing he sees. Rogers having a good postseason. 278, no homers or RBI, and a 714 OPS. That has kind of cooled off lately, though. Love to see some power from this catcher. High and away, it's ball 1. You got to know that you got to think at least Parker Meadows is probably going to be running as soon as that ball is hit in play, wherever it is, assuming it's not a ground ball. Or if I'm saying if it's hit in play, not at a fielder, he's probably going. 1-1. There goes Meadows inside, and Meadows will steal third base. Stolen bag for Parker sets up a situation where all Jake Rogers has got to do, hit this ball deep anywhere, and the Tigers can take a lead. Wow. Parker Meadows is able to get there without a throw. He did have the 20 home run season. That's true. It's a 2-1 count to Rogers. The pitch. Swing and a miss. This is a big at-bat all of a sudden. Now, you get that runner at third base with just the 1 out. If you're Jake Rogers, you got to get this ball in play. But it's a 2-strike count, and Matt Boyd has been deadly in 2-strike counts. The pitch. Inside, and it's ball 3. The count is full. Trey Sweeney is on deck. Rookie shortstop who has driven in a run in this postseason. 3-2 pitch to Rogers. Swing and a foul ball down third base. Just staying alive. All Rogers has to do is get this ball into any part of the field. Parker Meadows is so quick, they're not going to be able to throw him out. Matt Boyd pitch count is at 29 in the top of the second. 3-2 pitch. Swing, and he pops it up into right field. Noel, it is a little shallow. Catch is made, and Parker's going to have to stay at third base. Too shallow for Parker Meadows to run on it, and that's a huge missed opportunity for Detroit. I thought maybe he would have been able to run on basically anything, but Noel has got a great arm, and he had no chance. The ball was just too shallow. So it'll be up to Trey Sweeney to try to give the Tigers the lead. Pitch count now at 30 for Matthew Boyd. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch to Sweeney is swung on and fouled. Need a base hit. Or a fielding error, I suppose. Sweeney is batting 100 in the postseason. No homers, a couple of RBIs, and a 2.36 OPS. Had a good opening game in the postseason, and that's really all he has had. 0-1 to Sweeney, called strike 2, right down the middle. 8 for 57 this postseason with runners in scoring position. Tigers have really not done a great job of driving in runs, at least in scoring position. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Trey Sweeney tried to check his swing, but he went too far. And Matt Boyd gets out of trouble again. No score. Bottom of the second. Tigers get the hit, but that's all they get. I was surprised that Jake Rogers didn't get cut. That's what I mean, but he's so valuable defensively for Tarek Skubal that, you know, they're just keeping him around. Ah, man, that's brutal though. That's you had to get that run there, man. I mean, Rogers did. He couldn't get his job done. You know, all he had to do was hit the ball just a little bit deeper, but died in right field. But Matt Boyd has been lighting up the Tiger bats. He's just been. What is that? Like 5 strikeouts now for Matt Boyd? like seriously, that's crazy. Yeah, 5 strikeouts because he struck out Torkelson and then he just struck out Sweeney. He's just absolutely tearing apart this lineup. We have struggled against lefty pitching. What's going on in college football? Let's take a look. Low battery. Tell me what to do, phone. So Alabama was winning last I checked. Let's see. Clemson's up 28-14. Okay. All right. Oh, Alabama 14-12 at the half. It's a close one. Iowa's up 17-7. I guess that's it. Yeah, right. Seriously, send one of the fans in because clearly the Tiger players can't hit Matt Boyd. Maybe some of the fans will be able to do it. Here's Tarek Skubal up against Josh Naylor, who fouls a first pitch for strike one. Skubal had a quick first inning. Looking to have another quick second inning as he gets a called strike two. It's 0-2 now to Josh Naylor. Are they winning? I didn't even see. It wasn't on like the Bleacher Report thing. The 0-2 slowly in the dirt there. I know Michigan State played at Western Michigan like a decade or so ago. I remember because I went to that game. I was like 16 or 15. I don't remember how old I was specifically, but my brother went to Western Michigan, so went and visited him and went to the game. Swinging a grounder to second base. Ibanez will throw out Naylor. There is one away. 24-3 Missouri. Okay, so it's not particularly close. Tomorrow, NLDS, Mets, Dodgers, man. The Mets. Can you believe it? That's crazy that the Mets have gotten this far. And then obviously Monday will be Detroit or Cleveland up against the Yankees. First pitch is a swing and a miss from Noel. I don't like this camera angle. There we go. Thank you. John Kenzie Noel swings and misses at pitch number 2. It's 0-2 to Noel. There is action in the Cleveland bullpen. Cade Smith, the righty, is already warming. That's surprising. I mean, like, Matt Boyd has been dialing up Tiger hitters. I know it's just his first trip through, but I mean, you get 5 strikeouts in your first trip through the order. I'd be surprised to see another pitcher on the mound. It's a 1-2 count. Swing and a foul ball by Noel. That's so weird. That's so weird. Central bringing in Oklahoma State. The 1-2 swing and another one foul. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Scoob. Second strikeout of the day for Tarek Skubal. I believe both the strikeouts were swinging. Yeah, because David Fry struck out swinging as well. Skubal attacking these Guardian hitters. Bo Naylor, lefty on lefty, grounds one up the middle to Sweeney at short. The throw to first base is going to be in time. Guardians go 1-2-3 in the second. So we head to the third. Malloy, Vierling, and Green due up for Detroit. Top of the lineup. Yeah, Kansas is not really a football school. They had like that one good year a couple of years ago where they were actually a pretty good football team, but they're not a football school. They're a basketball school. This is just water, by the way, in case you were wondering. I'm not drinking soda. This is water. I had Wendy's the couple of nights ago because I was like, got home late, so I needed to get food. Oh, I didn't know that. Is the preseason for college basketball already starting? I did not know that. Now I got to look this up. MSU basketball schedule. 2024-2025 men's basketball schedule. Yeah. It's on the Big Ten Network. Wow. Or no, that's tomorrow. Not today. They play Sunday at 1:00. They play Northern Michigan. But that's not regular season. At least I don't know when regular season starts. Does regular season start with Niagara or Monmouth? They also got yeah, I think it starts with Niagara. We play because the next 2 games after tomorrow's game are on Big Ten Plus, which I would assume means it's preseason games. November the 7th is opening night for Michigan State at home against Niagara. And then we got the Champions Classic. We got to play Kansas. We got Bowling Green, Samford, Colorado. And then depending on how that Maui Invitational goes. We got Oakland again. We got Oakland on the road. Or I guess, okay, Oakland, we're playing that in the LCA. It says it's in Detroit, so we're playing Oakland. We got Western Michigan again this year, I think. Or not again. We got Western Michigan this year. We got Florida Atlantic in basketball as well. Listen, Michigan State's got to deal with playing Florida Atlantic. Played them in football this year. Now we're playing them in basketball. We do have a Peacock game. We got Indiana at home. That's on Peacock. We got UCLA on the road. That's on Peacock at 10 p.m. Jeez. I guess it is the end of the day for Matt Boyd. 2 innings, 1 hit given up, 5 strikeouts to just 1 walk, but he also had the hit by pitch. Wait, so our opening night is on Big Ten Plus? That can't be right. Malloy swings and misses on Cade Smith, the new pitcher. 6-1 in the regular season, a 1.91 ERA, 75 1/3 innings pitched. One of the best relief arms in baseball, as Malloy fouls a pitch off to make it 0-2. So, Guardians going to their bullpen early. They're putting it all on the line here, knowing that their season is on the line at home. Malloy takes ball 1 high and away. It makes sense. This bullpen for Cleveland has been one of the best in baseball. You don't want to have to stretch out a guy like Matt Boyd too much than you need to. Pitches high and a little tight, 2-2 to Malloy. And so you might as well try to play a little bit of the same games that AJ Hinch has played and just let your bullpen pitch you into games. Pitch is inside and nearly hit Malloy, and it's a full count. 3-2. Jeez, Malloy has been crowded with pitches. Oh, that might have hit him. Are they gonna review this? I guess not. I thought it kind of looked like it did hit him on the jersey. It's a 3-2 count to Malloy. Here it comes. Swinging a line drive, and it'll be fielded at short. The throw to the play at first is going to be in time. Wow. Rocchio got to it. It was a sharp liner that ended up in the grass near the shortstop area, and he was able to get to it and throw Malloy out easily. I guess that's true. I can watch Michigan State college basketball tomorrow. I'm probably not gonna. Probably just watch NFL. But Vierling looks at ball 1 to start off his at-bat. Solid defense. Saves a base runner as Vierling pops this one up into right field. Noel gets to it, and that is out number 2. Cade Smith has done his job so far. It looks like it's a beautiful day in Cleveland. I know they had to move this game due to some inclement weather that would have been because the game was originally scheduled to be at, I believe, 4:30, and then it got switched to 8 o'clock, and then it got switched again to 1 o'clock as Riley Green swings and misses. Green walked in his first plate appearance today, but now he's facing a new pitcher, but it's a lefty-righty matchup. Green swings and misses again. It's 0-2. Now the crowd in Cleveland on their feet, waving the red rally towels. Low and in the dirt. I did see the Pistons got the win yesterday in Phoenix. Yeah, Cade had almost a triple-double. So, pretty good night for the Pistons. We'll talk about them probably in a couple of weeks in the season preview for the NBA. But pretty good day for them. 1-2, swing and a miss. Riley Green strikes out. Tigers go 1-2-3. Head to the bottom of the third. No score. Tobias Harris, that's right. Tobias Harris. He was an offseason addition. Former Piston come back home. Ah, man. Ah, man. This is just gonna be a pitching matchup. I mean, I sort of had this feeling going in. This feels like first run wins. Like, it's basically who is gonna be better at stopping runs. Tarek Skubal plus maybe a couple innings of our bullpen, or the Cleveland bullpen in its entirety. Yeah, he was on a playoff team. Wasn't he on the playoff team in 2016? One of the semi-competent Pistons team in the past 15 years. Make the playoffs. I guess I got to call you competent if you make the playoffs, right? Oh man. The longer this goes though, the more nervous it becomes, because every inning of work, you get the feeling that the next one is going to be worse than the last, right? Like, because it becomes harder and harder. Yeah, that was the team that got swept by what would be the champions that year, the Cavs. So, and people say that Michael Jordan's playoff competition wasn't hard. One of LeBron's championship years, he got to play the Pistons. So I don't want to hear it. Yeah, that's right. Was that prior to the season? Or no, that was at the deadline. Didn't they trade for Blake Griffin? It was, I want to say it was a mid-season trade, because then they went on that run, and well, they went and they made the playoffs in 2018 on the back of Blake Griffin and his one leg. Blake Griffin is basically the only reason you would watch the Pistons back in those days, and that's probably why I wasn't watching. Tarek Skubal back on the mound. Still no score. And it's inside ball one to Jimenez. Bottom of this lineup for the Guardians. The 1-0 called strike one. Believe this is the bottom. This is the number 9 hitter, is Andres Jimenez. The 1-1 pitch is a check swing. Did he go? He did. Strike 2 is swinging. That's right. That's when after we moved. I remember, yeah. I remember a teacher of mine that year saying, like, he knew someone from the LCA that, like, he said, like, the Pistons are going to be playing there as well. The 1-2 is outside. And, like, that was still, like, people were like, oh, wow, really? They're going to move the Pistons there as well? And he ended up being accurate. So now we got every team in Detroit. Popped up into foul territory. Vierling going back, and it is just past his glove. Out of play. He could have reached out. He might have been able to make that catch. Skubal's pitch count is at 30. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Tarek Skubal. I believe that's number 3. I believe that's number 3. Could be wrong. Is that number 3? It's either number 3 or number 4. I know he's had a strikeout an inning at this point, at least. As Rocchio lines one into left field, that'll drop for a base hit. Riley Green will hold him at first base, and that's the first hit for Cleveland. First pitch swinging for Rocchio. He has just been one of those bats for Cleveland that has done so much damage to Detroit, similar to Stephen Kwan. This whole series, Rocchio and Kwan have just been really clicking. And speaking of, here is Stephen Kwan. Or no, that's the second hit of the day for Cleveland. I'm sorry. Stephen Kwan. Did they overrule that as a hit? What was the other hit they had? They must, yeah, okay. They scored that Kwan error. Originally was scored as an error. Now they scored as a single. Little pickoff attempt at first. Rocchio easily steps back to the bag. Crowd doesn't like it. It's like the tradition that the home team boos the road team when they try to pick somebody off. 0-1. Called strike 2 on the edge to Kwan. It's a bat you got to get out of. Stephen Kwan, he is the definition of on-base machine. He can just straight up hit. 0-2 pitch. Low and in the dirt. Jake Rogers keeps it in front of him. Yeah, I mean, Kwan has been absolutely lighting up the Tigers all postseason long. 529 batting average is crazy. The 1-2. Low and away, it's ball 2. Skubal awaits. Now he sets. 2-2. Swing and a foul ball. Wow. 99 on the fastball. Meanwhile, Kerry Carpenter has a bat in the dugout. But first things first, Detroit's got to get out of this jam. 1 out, man on first. Stephen Kwan at the plate. 2-2. Swing and a line drive into left field. Riley Green will not get to it. And that was a fair ball. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Rocchio will end up at third base. I thought that ball ended up foul. Wow. Riley Green, just a total blooper in left field. And he just didn't get to it. Wow. If he would have just let that ball go, it would have just ended up foul. But because he hit it, it is a fair ball. David Fry swings and pops it up foul. And they call it an error, and there's no other way to put that. I mean, that's very uncharacteristic of Riley Green. He's a really good defender, so see that. It's grounded foul. It's an 0-2 count. Need a strikeout here. You get the strikeout here, you can keep a hope. You can keep some hope alive here. You can't allow a ball in play. Cleveland dugout is on edge. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Sinker, 100 miles an hour. That's a huge strikeout. Second strikeout of the day for David Fry. So now you got runners at second and third for Cleveland with 2 outs. Now you're just looking to record an out any way you can. 4 strikeouts as the Tigers intentionally walk Jose Ramirez to load the bases. I do get that. You allow for a force out anywhere on the field. Now you got to get this hitter out, though. First pitch to him. It's swung on and missed on the sinker. Lane Thomas, 0 for 1. Hit into the fielder's choice. 2 strikes away from getting out of it. 0-1. Swing, and he pops it up. Shallow right side. Torkelson will get under it, and he'll make the catch. That's a huge inning for Tarek Skubal. He keeps the shutout going. No score. Head of the 4th inning. Woo! Oh, that kept us alive. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that Lane Thomas strikeout was huge. That completely changed it. And it was the right move to intentionally walk Jose Ramirez to get in to bring Lane Thomas up. Or did I say, hold on, I meant David Fry. That David Fry strikeout, and then to force Lane Thomas to have to be the guy. Bats, do something, please. I mean, I said it. It's going to be first run scores. The way that these teams pitch, first run that scores is going to win this game. The Tigers have had the opportunities. They had the opportunity in the first inning. They had it in the second inning. They didn't have it in the third inning. But they've had opportunities to score. They've been able to put base runners on the field. They've been able to put base runners on. Just a matter of bringing them home. Because Tarek Skubal is going to keep you in this game. He's just that good. So you got to give him some run support. Oh, my goodness. Let's check some scores. Oh. Nothing has changed. 20-10, Iowa over Washington. Wisconsin's up 14-0 as well. I don't know why it's not showing me that Missouri game. I guess it just doesn't, Bleacher Report just doesn't view it as important. Yeah, I mean, you probably put McKinstry in the pinch hit spot though when you need a lefty. Because that's just the way AJ Hinch has managed. Oh. The Learning Channel. 90-day before the 90-day. That's what is this, a spinoff of 90-Day Fiance? Anyway, I don't even want to comment on that. Top of the 4th, no score. And it looks like Colt Keith is going to pinch hit. He has struggled mightily in the postseason. 0.71 average, no homers, no RBIs. He did have a double in the first home game against Cleveland. So it'll be a lefty on righty, but he swings and misses on the first pitch. They bring in Colt Keith. I believe he's pinch hitting for Andy Ibanez. There's a called strike 2 on Keith. We only hit home runs on even number games, so we probably won't hit a home run today. An 0-2 count to Keith. The pitch. Swing and a foul ball down the third base line. Cade Smith pitch count is at 15. You wonder how deep into this game Cleveland is going to keep him. I mean, he's just so good, but obviously he's a relief arm, so I can't imagine he's going to go that deep. We'll see, though. 0-2 to Keith. High and away, it's ball 1 to make it 1-2. The Tigers even score a run today? They have to. They're going to have to, Sing Dad. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Tigers hitters. I mean, Cleveland has been absolutely crushing them. Very few balls put in play by this Tiger offense. Most of these outs have been via the strikeout. I guess it just goes to show you how good Cleveland is at pitching. Pitches away to, I believe that's Wenzel Perez for ball 1. Perez now batting on the left side. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Perez, the lone switch hitter in this lineup. He is valuable in that sense, and you can play him in the outfield. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. So I guess you like the matchup of the lefty on the righty with Perez being able to switch hit. But against Cade Smith, it really doesn't matter. The 1-2. Swing, and he pops it up, but out of play in foul territory. Perez is already 0 for 1 today. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Goodness gracious. How many strikeouts is this for Tigers hitters? I'm sure they'll show the graphic at some point, but it's got to be in the double digits. Or it's got to be close. Because you already had the 5 strikeouts from Matthew Boyd. And that's at least 2 more. As Torkelson couldn't check his swing, it's strike 1. Righty on righty matchup. Torkelson has already struck out today. .154 average in the postseason. Still looking for that first postseason home run if he can get it. 0-1 is low and away, ball 1. I mean, Tigers hitters, they can't make contact at all. Another swing and a miss. The fastball from Cade Smith. I mean, it's like they are completely outclassed by this pitching. Completely. There's no pressure being put on any of the fielders. 1-2 is swung on and fouled. Any ball that is put with some contact is foul. Skubal is getting ready to get back on the mound. This game is going to be on the back of Tarek Skubal. Another swing and a foul ball from Torkelson. Again, it just feels like first run scores. So, however you get it. Pitch is low, ball 2. I mean, practically we did send the Mud Hens. The 2-2, that one's outside. It's 3-2. You just go up and down our lineup. Most of these guys played for the Mud Hens this year. Torkelson played for the Mud Hens this year. Trey Sweeney played for the Mud Hens this year. Parker Meadows did. Wenzel Perez did. The 3-2 to Torkelson is fouled off again. Torkelson having a little bit of a battle here. Parker Meadows is on deck. He's at least working the pitcher. So pretty good at bat so far. 3-2. Swing and a line drive deep to left field. Going back, and that one is off the top of the wall. Torkelson will head to second base, and that's a really nice at bat for Torkelson. Geez, he almost hit that one out. 2-out double, and the Tigers are threatening here again. Torkelson finally gets on one, and it was just off the top of that wall in left field. It's hard to see the ball in the TBS broadcast. I don't know if it's just the picture quality on my TV or if... And it looks like that's the end of the day for Cade Smith. Cleveland goes to their bullpen with Parker Meadows on the way. Another chance for the Tigers to take a lead. Now, I don't think we have any Seawolves that are on the team now. Actually, no, Jackson Jobe. He was playing for the Seawolves this year. That's not a bat, though. So, because he was playing in Double-A with the Seawolves, and then obviously moved up to Triple-A and now into the major leagues. Okay, can Parker deliver? Parker Meadows had the double in his first at bat. Torkelson just had a double. We need a nice... Oh my gosh, I thought I would escape this Miller Lite commercial. It is both. It's both. I didn't think I was going to have to see that commercial because I wasn't watching the game on Bally Sports Detroit. Which, by the way, the Tigers are no longer going to be on Bally Sports Detroit next year, so I don't even know how I'm going to watch them. Like, I don't know what the channel they're going to be on. It'd be nice if they were just on something on YouTube TV, but I don't think that's going to happen. But basically, the only reason now that I keep my Bally Sports subscription is for the Wings and the Pistons. Well, the thing is, they're bringing in a new pitcher, so it might be lefty on lefty, so you might not necessarily like the matchup. Although Parker Meadows is he's been one of the best hitters on the team, so. Says there's a 60% chance of rain for me. Right now it's 66 and sunny, and there's not a cloud in the sky. So I don't know where they're getting this 60% number. It's more likely that there will be rain than that there won't be rain, is what it's saying. Like, beautiful. You can't see because of where the camera is, but it's beautiful outside. Eric Sabrowski takes the mound. It'll be a lefty on lefty matchup. He did not give up a run all regular season. 0 ERA. Torkelson is at second, 2 outs. Parker Meadows is tasked with driving him in. First pitch is ball. Low, just out of the dirt. Meadows is 1 for 1 with a double and a stolen bag. Really the only Tiger on this offense that had really any offense today. The 1-0, low and away, and it's 2-0. Sabrowski not trying to give up a cookie to a hitter like Parker Meadows. Yeah, that's what it might be that. Parker Meadows swings and fouls a ball down the first baseline. Yeah, I hope would they really put the Tigers on like My TV 20? I if they're going to put them on something, I really hope it's not just a Metro Detroit exclusive. Like, Chris Ilitch needs to figure out where he wants his team to be playing as far as TV goes. The 2-1 swung on and foul. So it's a 2-strike count. Guardians 1 strike away from getting out of another jam, courtesy of Tigers bats. Crowd on their feet. Parker Meadows tasked with silencing them. There's a guy with an Indians hat. I don't know. I'm surprised they let him in. The 2-2. High and tight. Full count. I gotta think that Sabrowski is kind of doing an intentional, non-intentional walk. I don't think he's really trying to throw Parker Meadows too many strikes, but we'll see. 3-2. Swing and another one foul. That was for a strike. Yeah, honestly, like, that would be the most ideal. Like, obviously the Lions are always on national TV because it's the NFL, but like, the fact that the Tigers are not going to be on the same channel as the other 2 major Detroit sports teams is concerning. The 3-2. Outside, he walked him. Parker Meadows draws a 2-out walk. And now the Tigers with runners at first and second with 2 outs. Yeah, I mean, like, it'd be cool if we had just, like, an actual, like, network that was across the state of Michigan, you know, not just in Detroit, right? Like, I don't live in the Detroit area. I live in mid-Michigan. I'd like to be able to watch the Tigers with my YouTube TV subscription. Jake Rogers with a chance to drive in the first run as he takes ball 1 high and away. Jake Rogers had a chance to drive in Parker Meadows his last at-bat. Now he has a chance to drive in Spencer Torkelson. Needs a base hit, though. The 1-0. Ooh, he checks Torkelson back at second base. No throw. Yeah, I mean, they could put, like, the Lions preseason games on it. So it's not, like, totally crazy. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing, and he pops it up. Shallow right side in foul territory and out of play. Well, Gores is not going to cheap out. Gores will spend money. That's not Gores' problem. Gores' problem is that he doesn't know what he's doing. He will spend a lot of money. He spent a lot of money for Monty Williams. Illich, on the other hand, I don't know. There's not been a whole lot of evidence that he will spend a lot of money. Although he did spend on Javi Baez and Eduardo Rodriguez. The 1-1. Low and at his feet, 2-1. Kerry Carpenter has a bat, and he's in the hole. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Pitch was just a little outside. Jake Rogers chased it. Back to their final strike. Guardians fans trying to rally Sobrowski. Two-two pitch on the way. Swing and a foul ball. And it is just out of play. Oh boy. I was like, they cut to the broadcast. And I was like, that looked like it was foul. I don't even know what that is. That was before my time. I was born in 99. I miss FS Detroit. I miss Fox Sports. Much better themes as well. Like the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball to short. They will throw to Rogers at first, and they will get him. Jake Rogers, a hard hit ball to short, but it does not score the run. Naylor, Noel, and Naylor again are up for the Guardians. No score. Head to the bottom of the fourth. I mean, we definitely threaten. Threatening to score is not a problem for the Tigers. The problem is the scoring. Yeah, I don't really know what sports broadcasting locally was like before the Fox Sports Detroit thing took over, because that's like the earliest memories I have is my dad watching, the Tigers, the Red Wings on Fox Sports Detroit, or the Pistons for that matter. And now it's like all just Bally Sports. I think if you're the Tigers, you got to get ahead of this. Like, obviously you still have this, technically your season is still happening. We'll see by the end of the day, if that's still the case. But if I'm Chris Illich, I would be talking to like Fox or CBS or any like a local, or make your own. Like you should be talking to TV networks, right, about how you can get your team on TV, because you don't want what happened this past season, where most of your audience couldn't, watch the games if they had Xfinity. I could watch the games because I had a Bally Sports subscription. But I have a Bally Sports subscription because I don't get Bally Sports locally because I'm not in the Detroit area. And YouTube TV, well, even if I was, YouTube TV does not offer Bally Sports, which is stupid to me. But that has to do with Bally Sports being terrible. Doesn't have actually that much to do with, Xfinity or anything. With Bally Sports is not good enough for YouTube TV to, like, Big Ten Network. I get Big Ten Network. That's a local network. Naylor, I hardly know her. Want to see the 4 home teams band together, make a team? Yeah, I mean, like that would be cool if we just had a TV network and I could just, if it was just Detroit Sports Network and it was DSN, I don't like whatever, just do that, and then I get it on YouTube TV. That's what I would like ideally. I'd like to not have to do another subscription. I mean, I guess if it's cheaper than Bally's, I wouldn't be upset with it, but I'd rather just not have to do extra subscriptions if I don't have to. Although I guess in the summer, assuming that they don't do this and I still have Bally's, I guess I get to take I could go with the monthly plan on Bally's as opposed to the yearly. But I'll wait to see what happens before I switch payment plans. Colt Keith moves to second base. His pinch hitting role as Josh Naylor leads off as he swings at the first pitch he sees for a foul ball. Josh Naylor 0 for 1 with a ground out. Lefty on lefty matchup for Skubal. The 0-2, a called strike 2. Skubal's pitch count is at 45 here in the bottom of the 4th with a 2-strike count. Outside, and it's ball 1. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, and he pops it up. Shallow right. Perez is running, and he will make the catch. Just a little check swing blooper from Josh Naylor, and it ends up as an out. That's an at-bat that Naylor will want back. I guess I'm waiting because who knows? Maybe the Pistons will drop Bally Sports as well, or the Red Wings for that matter. Swing and a miss. Noel has really been swinging wildly at everything Tarek Skubal offers. Oh for 1 with a strikeout. Noel looking for his first hit of the series. He's 0 for. He's ball 1 delivered to him high and away. Now here comes a 1-1 pitch. Low and away, and it's 2-1. I mean, if I'm Skubal here, I guess given that Noel, oh boy, Skubal is dialing up quickly. 2-1 pitch. Does not get the call. It'll be 3-1 to John Kenzie Noel. 3-1 pitch. There he gets the call, and it's full. 3-2. But Skubal is moving real quick. He is not taking his time. 3-2. Swing and another one foul. Actually, I don't know if it was another one foul. I just instinctively said that. Bo Naylor on deck. 0 for 1 today. 3-2 pitch. Swing, and he pops it up. Shallow center field. Colt Keith gets it and makes the catch. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Zing Dad. Sorry about being a Sabres fan. That must be... At least I can go... At least I've been alive for 2 Stanley Cups. You haven't been alive for probably any. They made the Stanley Cup in like the 90s. They just lost. Back when their jerseys were cool. They should just go back to that silver with the actual Buffalo logo. I guess the one that they have now is with Buffalo on it. But the old Sabres uniforms are cool. Swing and a miss from Naylor to make it 1-1. But hey, maybe Buffalo is the surprise team this year. I feel like they've been rebuilding for like at least as long as the Red Wings. But yeah, no, it's tough being a Buffalo Sabres fan. I had a friend of mine who was from Buffalo area, and he said like it's like the arena is basically dead by the time it's March. The 1-1 is swung on and popped up. Shallow left field. Riley Green running to it, and this time he will make the catch. The Guardians go 1-2-3. Solid inning for Skubal. Head to the 5th. No score. pitching battle between the Guardians bullpen and Tarek Skubal. But, I mean, it's been tough being a Red Wings fan recently. You know, we haven't made the playoffs since 2016. Although, I'm pretty sure the Buffalo Sabres drought is much longer. I was just about to say. See, like, the thing is what annoys me, though, about, like, hockey fans is, like, if you point out, hey, you know, this team has been rebuilding for, like, half a decade and they haven't moved. Is this rebuild going badly? Every hockey fan will be like, oh, no, you know, rebuilds take a long time. And it's like, is hockey like this weird sport where apparently it just takes way longer to rebuild? Like, I'm sorry, I don't buy that for a second. Like, I think the reason these teams' rebuilds are not going the way they're supposed to be going is because mistakes have been made and the teams are not doing what they need to do to, you know, overcome the issues that they're running into. In Detroit's case, which I know best, is that they're not taking any big swings and they're not bringing up their young guys. They're like, we're letting Jeff Petrie and Justin Hall and Ben Sherratt and Andrew Kopp take up roster spots instead of Marco Casper or Amadeus Lombardi or any of these guys that are allegedly supposed to be very good. And my thing is like, okay, well, if they're not, they can't be any worse, right? Like, and if they are worse, at least they're, you know, young and bad. I'd rather you be young and bad than old and bad. What am I looking at? Okay, I'm not going to comment on the fat commercial. If you saw it, if you're watching the TNT or TBS broadcast, you know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. I think the Buffalo's rebuild has been going on since the McKinley administration, I believe. President McKinley. You know what's really funny, though, Zingdad, is like if you point out to any Red Wings fans, especially on the Red Wings subreddit, which is basically just a propaganda wing for the team, like if you point out, hey, you know, it's kind of weird. We're like 5 years away from Ken Holland's rebuild idea, where Ken Holland infamously said that rebuilds can take 10 years. And Red Wings fans who had brains were like, yeah, this is ridiculous. How could you say that? But hey, Steve Yzerman's halfway to that, and we look about the same. It sounds like a 10-year plan might actually be real. First pitch, ball one. Walters now on the mound for the Guardians. So already a new pitcher. It's Trey Sweeney, lefty on righty matchup. Ball two to Sweeney is inside. Tigers have brought the pressure, and frankly, so have the Guardians at certain points. Neither team has gotten the big hit. That pitch is high and inside, ball three now. Good hitters count to Trey Sweeney. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly my point, Detroit fan. It's like he's not making the moves that he did in Tampa Bay. 3-1 on the outside edge called strike one. Or 3-0, I should say. Now it's 3-1. Harry Carpenter is on deck. He is going to pinch hit. 3-1. Low and in the dirt. He walked him. Oh, boy. Cleveland's nightmare is at the plate. A base runner is at first, and Kerry Carpenter is taking the plate. And there are boos raining down in Progressive Field. Kerry Carpenter, a .250 average in the postseason. Carpenter takes first pitch high and away, ball one, and Bo Naylor is going to have a talk with Walters. Walters struggling to locate the strike zone. Kerry Carpenter absolutely tears right-handed pitching apart. So this is exactly the situation that AJ Hinch wanted him to be in that there was no chance for any sort of new pitcher to be brought in. He's able to bring him in a pinch hit spot with no outs and a runner on base. You'd ideally want that runner to be in scoring position, but seems to be a good spot for him. And I'm not really sure what was going on there. Some sort of communication. Yeah, this is year 6, and we haven't even made the playoffs. Just a pickoff attempt there at first. I guess you can say that it was a much worse place. Our farm was not nearly what Tampa Bay's was. But, still, it's like you should not be questioning whether or not you can make the playoffs in year 5. I don't care what sport you're playing. That's absolutely ridiculous if you're not sure if you can make the playoffs. The 1-0 is way high and away, and it's 2-0. And it also looks bad when the coach that he hired might not be the guy. We've had back-to-back seasons of Derek Lalonde where he collapses in both the late part of the season. Now, granted, he sold in the first season, but also collapsing in December. Andrew Walters, very few strikes thrown, though. 2-0 is low and in the dirt. That ball almost got by. It's a 3-0 count to Kerry Carpenter. He has not had to move. A leadoff walk got Trey Sweeney to first. And now he's got to throw a strike. 3-0. Swing and a miss. Just missed it. 97 on the fastball, and Carpenter, that was right down the middle, and he just couldn't keep up. Now it'll be 3-1. And pitch. There it goes. Deep right field. Going to the track. At the wall. It's off the wall. Trey Sweeney will head all the way to third base. And now he's going to round home. Trey Sweeney, the throw to the play. Not in time. Kerry Carpenter delivers. An RBI single. Sweeney goes from first to home, and the Tigers take the lead. Kerry Carpenter pinch hit mania continues. What a run from Trey Sweeney, though. Kerry Carpenter, you would thought he would have gone to second base, but obviously coming off of that hammy injury, he's not going too far. That ball was a few feet away from being over the wall, and Kerry Carpenter was gingerly just jogging to first base. And yeah, Sweeney safe by a mile. So are they keeping Kerry Carpenter at first base? And they are. So they're not going to pinch run for Kerry Carpenter. Yeah, that's safe. Great slide from Sweeney. Easily. And Vierling takes ball 1. It's 1-1 to him. Now, the thing is, with Kerry Carpenter at first base, though, you really can't expect much extra base from your guys. You're going to be looking at singles because he's not going to be able to run too far. You'd love to see a home run here from Vierling just to get Kerry Carpenter off the base pads. It's a 2-1 count, or maybe you get a walk. Just like something to alleviate any sort of base running for Kerry Carpenter. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 96 on the fastball. Vierling missed it. 0 for 2 is Vierling. A strikeout and a flyout. We know this bat has pop. He was in the double digits in home runs this year for the Tigers. I believe close to 20, if not more than that. Love to see him go yard here. 2-2 pitch. Low and in the dirt. It's a full count. Now, the thing is, even if you move Carpenter over to second, I don't even think a base hit would score him. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Pitch was high and away. Vierling should not have swung. And he chased, and that's a big strikeout, but it looks like that's the end of the day for Walters. So he gets the one strikeout, but gives up the leading run on a Kerry Carpenter pinch hit RBI single. Top of the fifth, one out. Man on first is Kerry Carpenter. I don't know why why are we not pinch running for Kerry Carpenter? I mean, I don't know that we have much options. I don't know who did he pinch hit for? Who's at the bottom of the lineup? Or who's at the top? He pinch hit for, okay. Well, wait, he's pinch hitting for your DH. Yeah, because he pinch hit for Justin Henry Malloy. So can you not pinch hit, or can you not pinch run the pinch hitter? You only get one pinch? I got a bunch of water bottles that I've collected over the past couple of days. I had the Wendy's from my Wendy's, and then I had this. I don't even remember where I got this, but I got it at some point, and then I got this yesterday. So I'm good on water. I don't have to use my fridge filter. Okay, but that's a huge run though. Either way. Because, I mean, I said first run very well could win this game. But still a lot of baseball left to play. And you'd like to get more than just one run. And you know what sucks is, again, I gotta pee because I'm drinking all this water. Man, I really thought Kerry Carpenter did it again. I was like, oh my gosh, is it gonna be a home run? So he will stay at first base. Tim Herron will pitch now for the Guardians. It'll be a lefty on lefty for Riley Green. Again, this is a bat we do know can go yard. In my mind, it's I want to see a home run just for Kerry Carpenter's sake. I don't want him running the base pads. First pitch swing and a miss. 0 for 1 with a walk is Riley Green. That pitch was low, but a called strike 2. Quickly 0-2. It is what it is, Detroit fan. Swinging a grounder up the middle. They're going to easily get Carpenter the throw to first base, and that'll be a double play. Carpenter, I mean, he was about 30 feet away from getting to second base. But Carpenter delivers. It's 1-0 Tigers. They draw first blood. Head to the bottom of the 5th inning in an elimination game. Oh, man. To me, though, given that Kerry Carpenter cannot run the bases, basically, I need him to just hit a home run. Anytime he's up to bat, I need him to hit a home run or a ball at the wall so that he can just get on base. There's no guarantee that if he hits a grounder up the middle, that it's not going to be at least a close play. He'll probably get it, but the other thing is I just don't want him at the base paths. We just saw there, it was a ground ball. That, probably would have been a double play anyway, but I don't want to have to force him to run if it's like a close play and he's got to, he's the difference maker. Wait, what did that just say? Oh my goodness. All right. I think after this inning, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I don't like, it's the only, or I guess after this half inning, I mean. Just because there's got to be a point where I use the bathroom. But unfortunately, because it's not football, there's no halftime. I say football as if football's the only sport with halftime. I guess every sport has some intermission. Hockey has the intermission between periods. Whoa, what is this 60 FPS ad? Wow. Let me skip. I want the Zen. All right, this is much nicer. Some fall noise. Leaves and trees in the wind. This is very zen. This is why I like YouTube TV. I like the zen. That's a really cool, really nice looking video. Some forest. Looks like Pacific Northwest, maybe. Got fog on the lake. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. I'm glad we got to experience that together. Tarek Skubal on the mound still. Delivers a first pitch strike. Now he's working with a lead. See if he can hold on to it. Swinging a grounder. Fair ball. Into left field. A diving Vierling couldn't get to it. And Jimenez gets the leadoff man on. And that's the tying run at first base. Vierling tried to make a diving play at third, but was late by just a little bit. And now you got Rocchio, who also has a hit today. First pitch to him, he swings and misses on this fastball high and away. 1 for 1 with a single is Brian Rocchio. But I believe he also reached second base on the error. Could be wrong on that. I don't remember if that was him. Ball is inside to make it 1-1. Jeez, if you're Skubal. And the thing that I've noticed as well, really hadn't been a whole lot of double plays turned by this defense for the Tigers. Not that there's really been that much of an opportunity. And another one fouled off. That makes it 1-2. Stephen Kwan on deck. He's been the Tiger killer. So you want to get this out. You want to keep that runner at just first base for Stephen Kwan, given you only got the 1-run lead. The 1-2. Swing and a foul tip in and out of the glove of Jake Rogers. Just missed on that one. So 1-2 count. The pitch from Skubal. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Tarek Skubal. And there is one away. And now potential inning-ending double play is set up. Stephen Kwan, though, at the plate. Not going to be an easy guy to get that off of. He's been one of the best hitters this series for Cleveland. And one of the best hitters for Cleveland all season. This time, though, he looks at a first pitch strike. 1 for 2 with a single. Batting .500 in the ALDS. Absolutely Tigers' kryptonite. The 0-1 squared to bunt, but pulled it back, and it's called ball 1. The pitch that looked like it was just on the bottom edge of the strike zone, at least on the broadcast, on the TBS broadcast. So it'll be a 1-1 count. The 1-1. Swinging a line drive, base hit into left. Stephen Kwan continues to dial up Tigers pitching, and the tying run is in scoring position for Cleveland. Jeez Louise. Stephen Kwan just putting the offense of the Guardians on his back this whole series. Top of the lineup for the Guardians in what will be, I believe, the third trip through. David Fry, 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. He's got a 1-0 count now. The 1-0 called a strike one, evens it up. Jose Ramirez is on deck. Last time the Tigers intentionally walked him, I wouldn't be shocked. They do it again. The 1-1 is grounded foul. You would ideally like to just get the double hit or double play here, just to have Ramirez be your leadoff guy as opposed to put him up with a runner in scoring position. So 1-2 count, 2 Fry. The pitch. Swing and a foul ball out of play. Staying alive. Jose Ramirez on deck. 0 for 1 with the intentional walk. And Skubal trying to find the ball he likes. Guardians fans are getting a little frustrated. The 1-2. Swinging a grounder. It's going to be a slow roller. Are they going to get Fry at first? They will not. Went slowly to second, and the bases are juiced for Jose Ramirez. That was about the perfect hit you could have imagined for David Fry, short of him just getting a regular base hit. I mean, there was no chance for anybody to get to that baseball. So now, with 1 out, the leading run is at second base with Jose Ramirez at the plate. Just got the edge of that bat, did David Fry. Soft contact. Now, it's the Tigers' best weapon against the Guardians' best weapon, Ramirez Skubal. First pitch swinging is a high fly ball to right field, but foul. Oh, boy. That is not what you want to see. Oh, 1 count to Ramirez. And he hit him. He hit him. Guardians tie it up on the hit by pitch. And Ramirez is not feeling good. Ramirez is going to get looked at by the trainers. So the Guardians tie it up just as the Tigers took a lead. Ramirez is really getting looked at. I don't know where it hit. It looked like it was his hand. That's what he's indicating, but looks like he's able to get back out there. So he gets an RBI on the hit by pitch. Yeah, hit him right on that left arm. That left near the elbow. Just at the bottom part of the forearm. So it's a tie game. Tarek Skubal getting talked to by the pitching coach, Chris Fetter. He can still keep this one tied. He needs a double play. First run surrendered for Tarek Skubal in 28 and 2/3 innings pitched. And to have it surrendered by a hit by pitch, it's just so, not something you see often. Bases loaded for Lane Thomas. First pitch to him is swung on, and it's a deep fly ball to left field, and that ball is gone. Lane Thomas gives the Guardians a 5-1 lead on his first pitch swinging, and it is 5-1 Cleveland. He has hurt the Tigers all series, and he might have just sent them home. First pitch swinging, and it was a no-doubter. Josh Naylor looks at called strike one from Scoob. Tarek Skubal picked a bad day to have a bad day. Just after getting the lead, Skubal gives up 5. And there's a ground ball right in front of Jake Rogers. He will throw Naylor out at first base for out number 2. You got to think the end of this inning is certainly the end of the day for Tarek Skubal. First grand slam for the Guardians since 2017 ALDS Game 2 against the Yankees. Francisco Lindor. Jean-Kenzie Noel now at the plate. Ball 1 delivered. And now Noel pops it up. Left field. Sweeney is under it, and he will make the catch. The inning is over, but the damage is done. Head to the 6th. 5-1 Cleveland. Lane Thomas gives them a 5-1 lead. I don't know what to say. I have nothing to say. Tarek Skubal giving up a grand slam is not something I had on the bingo card. I don't think anybody had that on the bingo card. So there's not a whole lot really to talk about in terms of, situational baseball the hit by pitch didn't exactly set you up great because you give up the tie, but the bad luck there on that ground ball from Fry that just ended up right where he wanted. You couldn't get any out. Then the hit by pitch sets you up where it scores that run. Unfortunately for Detroit, all day so far, it's been Cleveland pitching and not being able to put balls in play, not being able to score guys. We've had runners in scoring position multiple times this game and have not driven really any of them home. Clearly, we only got the one run. So you got, let's see, 1, 6, 7, 8, you got, was 3 times 4. You got 12 outs to score 4 runs. It can happen, but that really just takes the air out of the team. Now the crowd's into it. Now they know that they are in control. Basically, they were able to get to arguably the best pitcher in baseball. That was not what you wanted to happen, and it hurts all the more knowing that the Tigers had a late lead at home in their last game. So you just you can't obviously go back and relitigate every little mistake in every game, but just knowing that Detroit was in a spot where they could have just avoided this game entirely. Well, it'll be up to the Tigers hitters to get themselves back into the game. It's a called strike one to Colt Keith, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Oh, 1 is swung on and fouled. It'll be a 2-strike count for Keith. Just need to get base runners. Need to just continue to put pressure on this bullpen. Try to scratch and claw your way into this game. It's the first home run that Skubal had given up since September the 12th, a month ago to the day, against Colorado. The 1-2. Low and in the dirt. It's a 2-2 count to Keith. The 2-2. Outside, and the count is full. Colt Keith started this at bat 0-2. Worked his way back into it. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Pitch was low. Keith couldn't hold up. That's not how you want to start. Wenzel Perez steps to the plate. First pitch to him is a line drive caught by Jimenez. It's a nice hit, but unfortunately the Guardians played it perfectly on defense. First two runners are out. First two hitters are out. That'll bring up Spencer Torkelson. Had a double and a strikeout. Did not score on the double. But he is 1 for 2. The 1-0. Takes for a called strike 1. Just got the corner of the edge there. On the inside part of the plate, I should say. The 1-1 count to Torkelson. The pitch. There's a liner into left field. That'll drop for a base hit. It'll roll all the way near the wall. Torkelson is going to head to second base standing up. Another double for Torkelson. Second double of the day. I mean, it's about time this bat started to hit for some power. Unfortunately, it's come now with, such a heavy mountain or such a high mountain to climb. But you got to scratch and claw your way if you want to come back. Your season is on the line here. Parker Meadows, chance to chip away here. Swing and a miss. Hunter Gaddis, the righty, is warming up for the Guardians. Emmanuel Clase, He is also on standby. The 0-1, low in the dirt. He lost where the ball was. Torkelson will head to third. The throw is not in time. Torkelson able to slide in safely at third base. Bo Naylor, I'm not even sure what happened. It's like he just lost the ball and then he just looked in the opposite direction. So Torkelson was able to get there sliding. And that was close. Torkelson is not a fast base runner. So they call it a wild pitch. No, the ball was in front of Naylor. The 1-1. Outside, and it's 2-1. Meadows 1 for 1, double and a walk and a stolen bag. He's had a good day. One of the few hitters on this Tiger lineup you could say that about. Pitch is high and away. It's 3-1. He's one ball away from a 2-walk day. Jake Rogers is on standby. The 3-1. Outside, he walked him. Walk number 2 for Parker Meadows. Makes it men at the corners with 2 outs. Tigers continue to put pressure on Cleveland. See if this is finally the time where they can get a big hit to just chip away here. Quick mound visit to Heron. And it looks like Vogt is going to go to his bullpen. Thought maybe he would keep him in there, but... Or maybe, is he going to... I didn't see him signal the bullpen. He might just be going to talk to him. No, that is the end of the day for Heron. Men at the corners for the Tigers. They're down 5-1. They need a big hit. Try to scratch their way back into this. I mean, you need to score runs one way or the other, right? You got to score a run somehow. And if it's just one run, ideally you want to score multiple. But you got to score runs, and you just got to hope that 5 is all you're giving up, just to keep yourself in this game. The Tigers have come back from big deficits this season. But, obviously in a playoff environment, that becomes all the more difficult. Hey, look, there's the Red Wings getting scored on. So with a new pitcher on the mound, it'll be righty on righty, Hunter Gaddis, a sub-2 ERA in the regular season. 74 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up just a couple of hits in the postseason. Jake Rogers at the plate. First pitch to him is low and away, ball 1. 0 for 2 is Rogers, a fly out and a ground out. Torkelson is at third, Meadows at first. Meadows a base stealing threat for sure. The 1-0 is swung on and popped up foul and into the seats. Just need a big hit here from Rogers. Just keep the line moving. It's 2 outs though, so you need a good hit. Pitch is low, and it's ball 2. A walk would put the tying run at the plate for Detroit, which is kind of crazy to think about. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Makes it 2-2. One thing you can't do, you can't have another inning where you threaten and you don't score. You gotta drive this run in. You gotta keep this game alive. It's already pretty far out of reach. So you gotta do what you can when you get the opportunities. The 2-2. Swinging a line drive. Base hitting to right. Meadows will head all the way to third base. Torkelson will score. And it's a 5-2 ball game. Now the tying run comes to the plate. Jake Rogers. And that's what you need to see. Tigers finally take advantage of the runners in scoring position. They chip away. They get 1. And that's how it starts. Parker Meadows moves all the way to third base. That's another huge thing for Detroit. Sets up. That pitch goes by. Another run to score. Trey Sweeney, lefty on righty. You like this matchup? Called strike 1. That did not show too much pop in the regular season. He still has just 1 RBI in the postseason. Had a few home runs in the regular season. 0-1, inside, ball 1, jackknifed out of the way. He represents the tying run. Kerry Carpenter is on deck. And you know, Cleveland does not want him to get an at-bat this inning. The 1-1, swing and a miss, makes it 1-2. Tigers have already scored this inning to chip away at least a little bit. But again, you just want to chip away as much as you have the opportunity. The 1-2, low, and it's ball 2. Thought that might have gotten by, but a good stop there by Naylor. It'll be a 2-2 to Sweeney. Looking for his first hit. High, and it's full. Boy, oh boy. Kerry Carpenter is on deck. Obviously had the 1 run for Detroit going into this inning. It's a 3-2 count to Trey Sweeney. Guardians need a strike. 3-2 pitch. Swing, and he fouls it off. Sweeney staying alive. Rogers rounding second and heading back to first base. He is running on contact. It's another 3-2 pitch from Gaddis. Here it comes. Swing, and another one fouled off. Trey Sweeney is not going down without a fight. Seven pitches in this AB for the shortstop. 3-2 pitch. Inside, he walked him. And the bases are loaded. The tying run is at first base. The leading run will come to the plate. And who would have thought it is Kerry Carpenter. And the pitching coach for Cleveland going to have a quick chat. This is a massive at-bat for Detroit. Even if you do just get a base hit, you make it a 1-run ball game by scoring both Rogers and Parker Meadows at second and third, respectively. But you got a chance here. We know this bat has home run power. He can send this ball to the seats. Kerry Carpenter will certainly solidify himself as a Detroit folk hero. And it's exactly the situation he wants to be in, up against a righty pitcher. Three for 7 against Gaddis, couple of doubles and RBI in his career in both the postseason and the regular season. First pitch to Carpenter. He swings and he loses his bat. It's a foul ball. Got to hold on to that bat. 0-1 count to Carpenter. You know he's thinking about going yard. Definitely just lost his grip there. Kerry Carpenter can't run, so if this ball goes yard, that'll be most ideal for him. Pitch is low and away, ball 1. Given that there's 2 outs, the ideal spot for Kerry Carpenter is to just hit this one to the seats. So 1-1 count to him. The pitch. Swing and another one fouled. 2-strike count to Kerry Carpenter. Both of them on foul balls. That ball could have gone into the glove of Naylor. Just went off the top. It's a 1-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Kerry Carpenter strikes out. Tigers load the bases, but do nothing from that. They do score a run to make it 5-2, but Kerry Carpenter strikes out swinging. All right, I'm going to use the bathroom really quick. Well, I mean, like, I guess it sucks given the way that it ended up looking, but we did score the run. We did make it a 3-run ball game. Uh, I guess you got to keep chipping away. You got to keep having innings like that where you do a little bit of damage just to keep yourself in this. And the pitching's at this point just got to be perfect. That's the 5 runs has got to be all you give up. First pitch from Bo Nailers, a swing and a miss. Tarek Skubal stays on the mound. And he's moving quickly. It's called strike 2 to Naylor. Naylor 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Boy, oh boy. Skubal just trying to finish his day. Another strikeout for the future Cy Young winner. He is not taking his time as there's a little bunt tapper right to Torkelson at first. And that'll be out number 2. Now, if you're Cleveland, you really don't actually want to have these quick innings. I mean, obviously, you don't want a quick inning anyway, but given your bullpen situation, you don't want to have to force guys to go back out there with minimal rest in between. Meanwhile, speaking of bullpen, Will Vest is warming up for Detroit. As there's a line drive to right field, Perez will slide and make the catch. And that is a 5-pitch inning for Tarek Skubal. He just took his time, and a nice catch there from Perez, who kind of slid, not intentionally. It's 5-2 Cleveland. Tigers trying to inch their way back into this. All right, well, score another run this inning, I guess. Right? Just keep scoring runs. Ideally, you want to score 3. Score 3 runs. That'd be nice. Let's check some scores here. Oh my. Clemson up 49-14 over Wake Forest. Alabama up 27-19, but South Carolina hanging in there. 50 seconds to go in that game. 40-10 Iowa over Washington. Wisconsin up 42-7 over Rutgers. Oh my. I will say, there's a Panera Bread commercial. The Bread Bowl, to me, is the epitome of modern culture. It's like, we have created a bowl that you can eat. Why do we stop at the bowl? Why not make a plate that's edible? Why not make a bowl plate? Or bowl plate. Make a bread plate. Put, whatever it is you're eating. I'm just saying, why not just keep doing this? And don't get it twisted. If there's an option for the bread bowl, I'm taking the bread. Why would I take a regular bowl now that you're offering me the bread bowl? I mean, sure, it might be too much food, but you're giving me the option for the bread bowl. I'm taking the bread bowl. Oh, for sure. They're definitely going to need to go crazy. I mean, that goes without saying, Zingdad. They're going to have to just scratch and claw back into this game. Matt Vierling leads it off, and he takes a called strike. Top of the 7th. It is 5-2 Cleveland in a win or go home, or win to play the Yankees. Pitches on the outside edge for a called strike. I'm not sure what just happened. It did a transition into the next pitch. That was kind of odd. 0-2 count to Vierling. Pitch. Swing and a line drive that will end up dropping foul. John Kenzie Noel couldn't get to it, so the Vierling AB stays alive. Oh, 2 pitch again. On the way. Outside, and it's ball 1. Again, for the Tigers, it's just a matter of just get guys on base and applying pressure on this Cleveland pitching. The 1-2 swung on and fouled. It doesn't have to be, triples and home runs. Just got to apply pressure, keep yourself in this game. Don't totally give it up. Comebacks happen. The 1-2. It's low. Ball 2. Got to have good at-bats, long at-bats. You're going to have to draw some walks. Hold off on pitches you might have otherwise taken a chance on. 2-2. Outside, and it's called 3. Called strike 3. That pitch looked like it was out of the zone. At least according to the TBS broadcast. See again. Looks like there's some space there. But too close to take it. Riley Green now steps up to the plate. That one he took for ball 1. Riley Green looking for a big hit. Still no homers in the postseason. There really hasn't been a whole lot of home runs for the Tigers in general in the postseason. As there's a strike 1. The pitch outside, and it's 2-1. Cantillo, Clase, Morgan, and Williams are the arms left in the bullpen for the Guardians. 2-1. That one is roped into right field. It'll drop in front of Noel for a base hit. Riley Green gets on base. It's his first hit of the day. Again, just good at bats. Keep the line moving. The soft little line drive. And here is Colt Keith, the rookie. 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. Definitely in need of a big hit from this bat. Not a lot of pop this regular season, but he has had big home runs. I think back at that home run he had against the Dodgers back before the All-Star break. At this point, several months ago, but the 1-0, wow, inside, called strike 1. Thought it was going to be a ball, just a late call from the umpire. Again, you get a base runner on if you're Detroit, especially if you can get that base runner to scoring position. You gotta drive him home. Pickoff attempt at first. Riley Green slides in safely. Gaddis's pitch count is at 30. But obviously, in this kind of a game, pitchers are going to be tasked with much longer outings than they normally would get. the 1-1. Swing and a line drive deep to center field at the wall, and it is off the front of the wall. Riley Green will head all the way to third base, and Colt Keith will go to second. No, he's going to go home, and Riley Green's home, and he's safe. Colt Keith, an RBI double, and it's 5-3 Cleveland. Oh, man. Colt Keith delivers, and the tying run heads to the plate. I thought that Green was going to stop at third, but Keith hits it to the deepest part of the ballpark, left center field, and it bounces in front of the wall. And it's the top of the 7th inning, and the tying run steps up to the plate again for Detroit. This game is not over. Gaddis's day is done, though. Tigers hitters starting to come alive late in this game. My, oh my. They have out-hit the Guardians by at least a hit, 7-6. Oh, Broncos Saints Thursday Night Football. That's tough. That's a tough Thursday night game, I'm not going to lie. Who is at the plate now? Is it Torque? I don't know if it's Torque. It might be. I guess I'll find out, because please, it doesn't even matter if I look at the lineup card, because AJ Hinch could just pinch hit somebody. Although I think the only guy we have off the bench now is McKinstry, right? Oh, I guess we have Jace Young. Jace Young off the bench as well. But I don't really know if I would like Jace Young in a pinch hit spot. American Dad is still going? Really? That's surprising. It's funny, the two of the runs the Tigers have scored have come with runners not in scoring position. So they can come at any time. But now you got your tying run at the plate again. Oh, it might be Wenzel Perez. I think it's Wenzel Perez. And he's had a good postseason, so, you know, maybe he can deliver here. Yep, Wenzel Perez at the plate. Tigers 3 straight innings of scoring runs, but yet they're down 5-3. Wenzel Perez batting from the left-handed side. He swings at the first pitch he sees, and it's foul. 1 away, man on second. Eli Morgan is the pitcher for the Guardians. Just a inning pitched for him, a couple of hits, and a run given up. 0-1 pitch. Called a strike one. Wenzel in a hole early. That run would be credited to the prior pitcher, whose name just escapes me right now. The 0-2, swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout for Morgan. And now I think it's Torkelson. So the righty on lefty matchup did not favor Detroit. I mean, Wenzel was looking to go yard on all of those, it felt like. But now it's Spencer Torkelson, who's had a good day. Couple of doubles. And he takes that one for strike one. Torkelson certainly has shown his ability to hit. Now, the question is whether or not he can hit in these big spots. We know he's got pop in this bat. He is the tying run. Swing and a miss. Torkelson historically has not done well with runners in scoring position. Certainly has not done well this year. It's an 0-2 count to him. Eli Morgan has delivered nothing but strikes to Tiger hitters. Need a big hit from Torque. The pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Good take. And the longer an at-bat goes, at least today, the longer it seems to favor the hitters. The 1-2 count to Torque. Pitch. Low and away. Count is even. 2-2. Torkelson's been in these kind of at-bats today. Parker Meadows is on deck. He would represent the leading run if Torkelson reaches. Two-two pitch. Low and outside, and it's a 3-2 count to Spencer Torkelson. Now you see what you're going to do here on a 3-2. The pitch. Takes it all the way. It's a called strike 3. Eli Morgan strikes out back-to-back Tiger hitters. Tigers do a little bit of damage again, but they're down 2. It is 5-3. Cleveland able to stifle the Tiger threat to just 1 run. Well, I mean, again, they chipped away, but you're running out of outs. And you again, this is another thing where they had another chance to add some more runs, and they just don't. They get the 1 run, and then that's it. They're done after 1. Done after they get 1 run. Where did I get this bottle of water? I don't even remember. Where did I get it? I genuinely don't remember. Let's see, what happened? What happened this week? Did I get it on Tuesday? I must have gotten it on Wednesday. I don't even know. Oh, wow. Alabama barely beat the Gamecocks, 27-25. Wow. Skip the Little Caesars ad because I am not in the mood for Little Caesars ads. There's some dolphins in the Zen. I got to keep my throat prepared in the event that the Tigers do finish this comeback. I don't have too much faith that they will, but not impossible. Certainly not now when it's just 2 runs. And that is going to be, I guess, the end of the day for Scooble. 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Not the day you wanted from Tarek Skubal. Will Vest will step in to try to stop any further damage. Keep the Tigers in it. First pitch to Quan is outside for ball 1. 2 for 3 is Quan. He's absolutely tearing up this series. The 1-0. Outside as well. It's 2-0. Will Vest trying to avoid just a cookie. Emmanuel Clase, the righty, is warming up for Cleveland. As Kwan delivers a liner to right field, a base hit. My goodness. I don't think I've ever seen a player like this. I mean, Stephen Kwan, obviously a Gold Glove fielder and an above league average hitter. I mean, he's just tearing apart the Tigers pitching. And it doesn't matter if it's Skubal or somebody in the bullpen. He is just consistently getting hits. David Fry looks at ball one in the dirt. Tigers have not turned a double play all game. Just not a lot of ground balls induced by Tarek Skubal. We'll see if Will Vest can change that. The 1-0 is grounded foul. Tyler Holton, the lefty, warming up for Detroit. He has been very good for Detroit. The 1-1 is a little outside. Will Vest struggling to locate pitches. He's one of the best relievers in this bullpen with a sub-3 ERA. And in the postseason, he's been really good. 2-1, swing and a foul ball that bounces back off David Fry to make it a 2-2 count. Also bounced off of Jake Rogers. Will Vest awaits. Now he delivers. Ground ball to third. It'll be foul, but they call it a foul ball. A double play would have been turned. So let's just see. Yeah, that ball is clearly a foul ball. So good call by the third base umpire. Tigers turn it just in case. There's not going to be any review as Stephen Kwan heads to first base. The 2-2. Swing in that one. Grounded foul as well. Down third base. Jose Ramirez is on deck. 2-2. Swing and a miss. David Fry, another strikeout. First strikeout of the day for Will Vest, though. And now, Jose Ramirez steps up to the plate. But Tigers with a chance to get out of this inning if they can induce that ground ball double play. But this is a hitter that typically does not do that. He is going to bat from the left side now. And the first pitch he swings at is lined foul. Ramirez, one of those hitters that is deadly from both sides of the plate, and that's why him being a switch hitter is so just impressive and why he's so valuable. 0-1, checked his swing, didn't go. It'll be a 1-1 count. Pitch was a little, almost hitting the strike zone. It was close. Not quite enough for the strike call. The 1-1. Swinging a grounder over Torkelson and then over Keith. Kwan will head to third base. Oh my goodness. Untimely, poor defense. Torkelson couldn't field it, then Keith couldn't field it, and it's a single that moves Kwan over. Torkelson leaped, couldn't get to it, and the same with Keith as he stretched out. I mean, you couldn't have placed that ball at a better spot if you're Jose Ramirez. And again, Tigers got to avoid any further damage. They've already clawed back slightly here to make it a 5-3 game, being down 5-1. And now the hottest hitter on this Cleveland team is at the plate. Lane Thomas hit the grand slam. That was the last run scored by Cleveland. The 0-1. Swung in a liner, will be a base hit, and Keith falls on the grass. Quan will score, and there's no out. Lane Thomas delivers another run. And A.J. Hinch is going to his bullpen. Defensive mistakes extend the inning from Keith and Torkelson. This case, it was just from Keith. It's just like a bloop liner on the right side, and Keith would have easily been able to throw him out had it not been for the grass that he tripped on. "6-3 Cleveland," as Tyler Holton will step in. Well, so much for the comeback. I mean, it's uncharacteristic for Will Vest to give up any runs for the most part. What else is going on? Any other score updates? I guess some of the late afternoon games just got started. Okay, so no scores across the board. Notre Dame and Stanford, the nerd off. Who is smarter? Oh, wow. Georgia Tech and North Carolina is tied 34-34. Any Yellow Jacket fans? Anybody like the Yellow Jackets? Penn State should be starting up soon. I guess maybe they're behind that USC. Georgia Tech game. I don't think so, though. So that's a Big Ten game, so it's probably on Fox. Tyler Holton, who last time he was in Progressive Field did not have the best of his days. Josh Naylor is at the plate. It's ball one. 0 for 3 is Naylor with a ground out in his last AB. Double play is what you need to see. Just get out of the inning. You lose that extra run that you gained last inning, but a 3-run game, still not totally out of the reach. Albeit, doesn't make it any easier. Strike one delivered, and it's 2-1. Tyler Holton certainly capable of inducing ground balls. I'm noticing that the C logo on those chairs is the same as the old C logo when they were the Indians. Did they just say, well, I don't know, it's basically the same. Yeah, like he's even, okay, no, his is the new C logo, but those chairs in the Sweeties Inn are the old C logo. I think they probably missed that. Maybe they were like, oh, nobody's going to notice. I notice. I notice when your logo is different. Two-two pitch to Naylor. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there from Holton. for out number 2. First strikeout of the day for Tyler Holton. Again, big outs. Every out is big for Detroit. They can limit any runs. There's John Kenzie Noel, 0 for 3 today. Pop out in his last AB. And that's a ball. Just a little low. It's a tight strike zone at the bottom. The pitch. Swing and a ground ball foul. Again, if you're Detroit, you want to limit the damage to just the 1 run. You didn't want to give up anything anyway. You're in no position to be giving up runs. The 1-1. It's low. Just below his knees. 2-1. So 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Wow. Cutter just kept going inside on John Kenzie Noel, and he bit on it all the way. The 2-2. And it's fouled off. Noel is yet to get a hit all day. See if that continues. Grounded foul again. With Noel, you know that he's got the pop. So that's why this AB is so big for Detroit. Or I guess for Cleveland. Because if he can get an extra base hit, that would pretty much put this game away. The 2-2. Swinging a grounder up the middle. Sweeney will field and throw to first. And the Tigers give up the 1 run to end the 7th. Guardians are 6 outs away from an ALDS berth, or an ALCS berth. Tigers need a rally. I want this T-Mobile commercial banned. This T-Mobile commercial with Snoop Dogg, they gotta just ban it. It's not worth it. Go back to the singing T-Mobile commercial. I like that one more. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, Jorge Gaviria. This guy. He's been using the Capital One Spark card for decades at this point. Jorge, I don't even know if you're a real person. Oh. Hold on. I just saw like this commercial and it was for this like I guess security system and like they were showing like somebody you can like have like a PA of stop, police are on the way. It's like, wait, I don't want the criminal to know the police are on the way. I want him to be surprised. Because if you tell the police, oh, okay, I'm leaving then. I'll take whatever I have now and they're never going to find me. Now, if I could like lock him in, that might be useful. You know, because then it's like, okay, we'll lock him in and then the moment the police come, unlock and you're good. You're gone. Yeah, those are definitely the old C's for those suites. They just didn't update them. Parker Meadows will lead off. Austin Hedges now behind the plate. Eli Morgan stays as the pitcher. It's 2-0 now to Parker Meadows. Tigers have scored a run in every inning since they took the 1-0 lead. Unfortunately for them, 5 and then a run there from Cleveland keeps this game well far from reach. Emmanuel Clase likely to pitch in the 9th, ideally for Cleveland. They might try to bring him in twice. Or bring him in for 2 innings, I should say. Parker took it the whole way, but it's a strike 1. Probably the right move to make, just to put some runners on base any way you can. 3-1. Outside, walked him. 3-walk day for Parker Meadows. Certainly the player of the game offensively for Detroit. And it looks like Stephen Vogt is going to go to his bullpen again. Not a lot of time for Eli Morgan. So he gives up the leadoff walk, and Emmanuel Clase will come out. One of the best closers, if not the best closer. But Tigers know him well. They've scored on him twice. See if they can do it a third time. I don't know if that was noise from the stadium or if that was part of the broadcast, but that was kind of hype. Emmanuel Clase was like getting some like epic sort of epic music as he was walking out of the bullpen. What is he eating? That little girl in the Booking.com commercial dressed as the sailor. I would die for that little girl. That little girl is so adorable. She's so innocent. And her poor disgusting parents disowned her in the middle of the commercial. I can't believe we witnessed that. I can't believe they put that on air. How'd they get those little outfits to dress up as Boston lobster sailors? How'd they do that? I don't think they have those unless it's just a costume. I don't think they... How did the kids get it? Is more of the question. Emmanuel Clase is on the mound. A sub-1 ERA. Although he has struggled in the postseason, 3 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 5 hits and a home run. Tigers down 3. They're going to need a lot. 5 career more than 2 inning appearances in the postseason and the regular season. Jake Rogers, lefty or righty on righty, swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Rogers 1 for 3 with an RBI single. 0-1 pitch. inside. They're going to try to throw Meadows out at second. They will not do it. Meadows steals second base. Tigers threatening once again to cut away at this lead. Parker Meadows, he could have gotten there standing up. Austin Hedges with the throw, but it was not in time. Now Jake Rogers a chance to drive in another run. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 99 on the cutter. Boy, oh boy, that is unhittable. The top part of the hitting is in the hole. It's a 1-2 pitch. Swinging a liner. It is caught by Rocchio. You have got to be kidding me. Why did it just go to commercial? What the heck? It just went to commercial. What the heck, TBS? The game is happening. It's just a DraftKings commercial randomly. What is going on? What the heck? I can't do anything. It's just a commercial break now. What is happening? That was out number 1 of the... Okay, now we're back. All right. It's 0-1 to Trey Sweeney. All right, that was fun. Now it's 0-2 as Class A delivers strike 2. Jeez Louise. Tigers need another base runner to put that tying run at the plate. As Sweeney pops it up, shallow left, looking for it is Quan, and he will make the catch. I don't know where he thinks he's running. That's just out number 2. What the heck was that? What did I just witness? Top of the order, it's Kerry Carpenter. 1 for 2 with the RBI single that gave the Tigers an early lead. That was swiftly taken away. See if he can deliver again. Pitch is low, 102 off the cutter. But ball 1. Wow. That is incredible. So 1-0 count. The pitch. And he fouled it 100 miles an hour inside. Carpenter did not need to swing. The 1-1. Another swing and a miss on a pitch high and inside. Carpenter is just chasing everything. So 1-2 count. Clase certainly wants revenge for game 2. We'll see if he can get it. The 1-2. Swing and a foul ball off the right leg of Kerry Carpenter. He will stay alive as he walks off that soon-to-be bruise. Or the right foot. I don't know how they're able to just, walk that off. That's got to feel, awful. The 1-2. Swing and another one fouled. Carpenter extending the AB. Pitch count for Class A is at 12. He would certainly be staying in for the 9th. One, two on the way again. The pitch. outside, and it's ball 2, 100 miles an hour on the fastball. Clase is hitting the triple digits like it's nothing. Why is there a Dodgers fan? What the? You're at the wrong game. Random Dodgers fan. 2-2. Swing and a foul ball again. Carpenter just trying to keep the Tigers' hopes alive. It'll be pitch number 8 that he has seen. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Carpenter of the day, and that ends the threat. Tigers are now 3 outs away from getting eliminated by the Guardians on the road. Guardians 3 outs away from a division win, or a division series win, and a trip to the ALCS. I'm going to go to the bathroom again. That water is going right. Ah. Penn State's up 3-0 over USC. Notre Dame is tied with Stanford 7-7. Oh my. Tyler Holton gets the bottom of the 8th. Oh, 2 now to Austin Hedges. First AB of the day. Hedges certainly not much of a threat in this lineup, batting below the Mendoza line in the regular season. Held up on a check swing to make it 1-2. And that grand slam obviously is the difference in this game. The 1-2 swing and a foul ball. I suppose try to get ahead of things, and you don't know if the season is over yet at this point, albeit the odds are not in your favor. To reflect on this season, obviously there's no way for it to end happily. unless you win the series. Swing and a miss from Holton. But for what has been a miraculous run, you had to know eventually it was going to end one of two ways. You were either going to win the World Series or you weren't. And unfortunately for Detroit, seems to be lining up with the weren't. That does not, however, deny the excitement of this hit. And there's a drive into left center or right center field. It'll be a double for Jimenez. And obviously that run would put a dagger in this game. So Tyler Holton's going to have to really finish this job because I don't know who else is in this bullpen that AJ Hinch would go to. Jason Foley has not been seen for pretty much the entire series. Jackson Jobe might be available, but this is Tyler Holton's inning to finish. And he is 2 outs away from doing it. There's Brian Rocchio. First pitch to him is fouled. Meanwhile, Bo Brisky and Jason Foley are both warming up. So in the event that you give up that run, you have somebody available. Jason Foley has not pitched all series, so he is as fresh as can be. The 0-1 is low. Ball 1. But this season for Detroit, certainly one to remember. You don't want to remember the ending if it is indeed the ending. But to go from, a team that nobody thought was going to make it to a cellar, to winning a playoff series to end a massive drought, winning a home playoff game in this very series. Eventually, the magic had to end. But what a run it has been. A fly in my apartment. I don't know how it got in, but I tried to get it, and I don't think I did. It's a 1-2 count to Rocchio. And it's one thing that you could say it's something to build off of. Some of these guys, as that's a ground ball base hit up in the center field. And Jimenez will score. It is 7-3 Cleveland. An extra run there for Cleveland. I wonder if Tyler Holton is done for the day. Just perfectly placed ground ball up the middle. Steven Kwan, who has just been an absolute killer for the Tigers all series long, is at the plate. To get back to what I was saying, though, I mean, this is something you can build off of. You saw the emergence of Parker Meadows, of, Tarek Skubal really taking that big step as an ace caliber pitcher. Riley Green having an all-star year. And some of these guys that you bring in, or that were brought in both at the trade deadline, and you saw just how valuable your pitching coach has been and how valuable that development is. You see guys like Bo Brisky, Jason Foley, and others step up and emerge as elite bullpen arms. There is a recipe here for Detroit to build off of this. The offense is a massive work in progress. No doubt about it. And you would hope that this run, this magical run that Detroit has taken, can result in some actual investment into the team. The 3-2 swing and a miss. Steven Kwan finally strikes out for out number 2. And it looks like that's the end of the day for Tyler Holton. And it may just be the end of his season. takes the ball, and Tyler Holton gives up the 1 run in a inning and 2/3 pitched. So we'll see either Bo Brisky or Jason Foley try to minimize the damage to just the 1 run to keep it a 4-run game going into the 9th. Well, we'll see. I don't think I'll be able to scream loud enough if the Tigers manage to take a lead in the 9th. Oh, USC's up 7-3 over Penn State now. Illinois up 10-0. Still 7-7 between Notre Dame and Stanford. The Red River Shootouts scoreless in the first quarter. Guess I'm gonna make dinner as I get this done because I didn't really eat. I ate breakfast at like 9:30 ish. Guess I'll just start making dinner. I'm gonna have to also make like the thumbnail and everything for tomorrow's show for the Lions Cowboys. Bo Brisky will get the final out of the 8th. David Fry, who knows Bo Brisky well, he hit the 2-run homer off of him that swung the series in favor of Cleveland. And it's a pitch low. Jake Rogers able to keep it in front of him. The 1-0 pitch is also low. It's 2-1 or 2-0. Bo Brisky definitely does not want to give any extra runs here for the Guardians. And furthermore, he wants to get a little bit of revenge on David Fry as that ball is fouled off for strike 1. And that was pretty much the moment. That David Fry home run that flipped the script and finally ended the magic, as it seems. Evidently. 2-1 is low. That is real close. But it's called ball 3. 3-1 pitch, swung on and grounded too short. Throw to second base will be in time. So now, 3 outs away. Tigers, Vierling, Green, and Keith are up. They're down 4. They need a miracle. Emmanuel Clase will head out. Try to win the Guardians the series. Well, this is it, boys. This is the final stretch. 3 more outs, and we lose. We need 4 runs in 3 outs. That doesn't bode well. mathematically. I'm not that good at math, but that doesn't bode well. Not easy to do. What? What is? What the heck? What is this commercial? What the heck am I looking at? What is happening? Oh. That's weird. All right. Should we put the rally cap on? You know what? Why not? We're losing. Put a rally cap on. Let's do it. Hold on. Put the rally cap on. All right. Rally cap. Here we go. Here we go. Putting the rally cap on. Tigers down 4. We need a grand slam to tie it up. This is the moment. I mean, it's a pretty low flipping chance. It's a pretty low chance, Armenian man. Class A, second inning of work. He's got just 15 pitches. Matt Vierling will lead it off. Yeah, that's sort of what I was alluding to earlier. I kind of hate speaking that way because it feels like loser talk. Because, like, for one, we had a lead in this game that was immediately evaporated, which is incredibly disappointing. But it's also like, well, if you're going to go this far, go all the way. Because now the expectations will start because the window is clearly open for the Tigers to compete. Matt Vierling took strike 1. He's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and it's an 0-1 count to him. That one is fouled deep into the second row of seats. And look at that. A fan caught it. He seemed happy about it. Any rally, any comeback starts with base runners. We'll see if Matt Vierling can start it. The 0-2 called strike 3. Matt Vierling didn't even take a chance at it. The Guardians are 2 outs away. "16 strikeouts today for the Guardians. Tied for the most in a winner-take-all game. As Riley Green grounds that one to first. Toss over to Clase is in time. Tigers down to their final out of the season. The Guardians will play the Yankees on Monday if they can hold on here, which seems pretty much impossible for them not to. Tiger faithful who traveled out, obviously not happy. Colt Keith, the rookie, will be the last hope for Detroit to keep it alive. It's a strike 1. 2 strike away. Colt Keith, who had a promising rookie year, a little lacking in the power department. It's ball high and away, but certainly an above average hitter after struggling to start the season. A player that you can try to develop to be more consistent, have more pop. Keith swings and fouls a pitch off down the third base line. Now, Tigers down to their final strike. Crowd in Cleveland is ready to go nuts. Pitch is low, 98 on the cutter. It's a 2-2 count. President of baseball ops for the Guardians on standby. The 2-2. Swing and a grounder to first base. Toss over to Clase. And the Guardians are going to the ALCS. Tigers go 1-2-3. They fall to the Guardians by a score of 7-3. First trip for the Guardians since 2016. They come back from a series down 2-1. And Detroit's magical run is over. That's a bummer. And what has been such an amazing season, a fun season for Detroit, an unexpected one, it just feels so bad when it ends the way it does. And there really wasn't any ending that I would have accepted. Cleveland was on an 8-game losing streak in winner-take-all games, and they snap it against who else but the Detroit Tigers. Just a bad day for Tarek Skubal and for the pitching staff in general to give up the 7 runs. Offense could not take advantage of the opportunities that they had. They were very poor with runners in scoring position and with runners on in general. So now Cleveland 4 wins away from another American League championship and a World Series trip. Well, I guess that's it, fellas. Well, again, the season as a whole was far and above what my expectations were going to be. I didn't think this team was going to make the playoffs, and they won a playoff series and were 1 win away from winning 2. I guess, like I said, like I alluded to, this should be a building block for Scott Harris, for Chris Ilitch, for Jeff Greenberg, for AJ Hinch. You saw how hype this crowd, or the crowd in Detroit, got when they were in the playoffs. It was full. It was an absolute circus in Detroit for those 2 games. And if Chris Ilitch wants to keep a product on the field that is worth fans keeping and paying attention to, if he wants to see that every weekend, invest in the team. You know, go out and get some bats. Make some trades, Scott Harris. Do something. I mean, like, the team offensively is clearly not there. They are a work in progress. But we saw some of the young guys step up. We saw guys like Parker Meadows get better after a AAA stint. We saw even Spencer Torkelson, for as bad as he was this postseason, he showed some growth coming out of AAA. I don't know what the exact numbers were, but it was some amount of positive growth. Tarek Skubal is still the best pitcher in baseball, and this pitching staff is coached by one of the best pitching coaches, if not the best pitching coach in Chris Fetter. But the missions for the offseason, to me, are simple. Add to the hitting and maintain the pitching. Maintain this staff. Keep Tarek Skubal around. Make him a Tiger for life. And invest in this hitting. Because clearly they needed it. They needed the guy who could come up and deliver a timely hit. They just don't have it. As much as Jake Rogers had a good postseason, he really is not the guy at the catching position to be able to deliver those big hits. And I don't know if Dylan Dingler is going to develop into that guy. I doubt it. I doubt it. But, you know, maybe Trey Sweeney can develop into that shortstop for you. Obviously, a very poor postseason performance for him. Scott Harris might think he can take the slow and steady wins the race approach, but Tiger fans like myself have sipped from the cuppeth of postseason baseball and postseason success. And so I just don't think he's going to be able to get away with another offseason like he just had, where very little is invested in the bat department and very little is ultimately maintained. I mean, the irony is most of the guys we ended up getting in the offseason, the Andrew Chaffins, the Mark Cannas, the Gio Urshela's, they weren't even on the team. I mean, by the end of the season, they're not even on the team now. So if we're going to make investments in free agency, if we're going to make investments via trade, because Mark Canna was a trade, by the way, in case you forgot, Mark Canna was a trade. If they're going to make some investments like that, they better be long-term investments. They better be investments to win, not one-year deals on aging pitchers like Jack Flaherty, not, bringing in Kenta Maeda, who is clearly out of his league as a starting pitcher. He might have some role in a bullpen, but for the most part, not much. So, look, we'll talk about it on Tuesday's show. We'll break it down and what I expect and what I desire now from a Tiger offseason. But, I mean, first of all, they also need to find out where they're going to be playing, what network they're going to be playing their games on, because they're no longer on Bally Sports. But to me, just got to go out and make the offseason moves to make the team better. It's just what has to be done. You got to invest in the hitting. As fun as it was, this run, it ended with our offense not being able to score. That goes without saying. We blew this series from Troy in the chat. Yeah, hard to say we didn't. You're up 2-1. Hard to say you don't blow the series, right? Unfortunately, I just think the talent divide was that much. We were able to sneak a couple of wins there. Or we got to win here, or we got to win on the road. We won at home. And I think that second game at home, that David Fry home run just took the wind out of it. Any momentum we might have had, and that was just how it ended. But like I said, Scott Harris, Chris Ilitch, kind of spend some money, kind of make some investment. I hear Alex Bregman might be looking for a job. We don't have a real third baseman. I think I'd rather have Alex Bregman in there than Matt Vierling. And I don't even hate Matt Vierling, but Matt Vierling is certainly not that caliber of player. But I'm going to switch over to college football here for just viewership's sake. Let me just mute it though. But yeah, to me, this is just has to be a bouncing off point. Like, obviously, you're not going to be able to repeat the kind of pitching success that you had with your bullpen. That is just not repeatable. So you're probably going to have to invest a little bit in everything, but maintaining some of these bullpen arms, continuing to develop Tyler Holton as a potential closer, keeping Bo Brisky on this staff, Jason Foley, all the guys that performed insanely well down the stretch for this team are going to have to continue to do that. Offensively, though, that's the biggest need. You have to go out and get a big bat. You have to go out. Like, Kerry Carpenter on one leg cannot be your lone, hitter that you can reliably get. Now, how does the offense look with an entire year of Parker Meadows playing really well and an entire year of, some of the, like, no Javi Baez? I don't know. Probably, I would imagine better, but is it enough to move the needle, right? That's the thing. Because now, as far as I'm concerned, you got to get back to where you just were. So you were just in the divisional series. You got to at least get back there next year for me to consider this a success, or next year a success. Like, obviously things happen, injuries happen, all that stuff, but it's just how it has to go, right? Because unfortunately, whether you like it or not, the expectations begin starting next year. Nobody expected them to go this far. People might have expected them at the beginning of the season to make the playoffs, but nobody expected them to win a playoff series and put Cleveland in a winner-take-all game. Nobody expected that. Yeah, this is a good point, Troy. We got rid of Soto, Jimenez, Chafin, Lang, and many more, and still maintain one of the best bullpens. We need to focus on Bregman and Alonso. Now, Alonso might be a harder sell. I'm not that I wouldn't want Alonso, but given that the Mets are having a lot of success, it might be harder to lure him out of New York. But look, make him say no. And it's a similar thing. Like, I was kind of joking last year in the offseason when Shohei was a free agent. It's like, in a way, there is some number, right? Like, at least make the call. At least give the appearance that you are willing to go out and get a big name. I don't think Juan Soto's going anywhere. But if I saw the Tigers' name in the mix, would I be like upset? I wouldn't be upset, right? Like, I'd only be happy because if we don't get him, okay, yeah, whatever. That sucks. But like, at least we were going for it. Obviously, I don't think Juan Soto is actually going anywhere. But the point is, maybe, like you said, a guy like Pete Alonso, if the Mets go out and they get swept and Pete Alonso still hasn't quite settled his contract situation, then maybe you make that call. I think certainly Alex Bregman should be the first call that's made. For one, there's a relationship with AJ Hinch. This is similar to when Carlos Correa was on the market. And obviously we didn't end up getting Carlos Correa, but this is a similar situation. Make the call for an Alex Bregman. I don't know who else is going to be a free agent this year. I'd have to look at the class to really get, you know what? Since we're here, let's just do that. Since we're here, since we're just sort of vibing and hanging out, let's take a look. MLB free agents 2025. All right, 2024, 2025 free agents position. Let's see. Catchers. Some of these are club options, so they're probably not going anywhere. Carson Kelly. Maybe we bring him back. No, don't bring back Carson Kelly. Okay, and then it gives the WAR. I don't think we really need any of these catchers. Yasmani Grandal. Anybody? Isn't he on the White Sox? He was on the White Sox at some point, I'm pretty sure. He was on the White Sox. He ended up on Pittsburgh. I mean, like, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't be like ecstatic. But I wouldn't hate it if it's like a 1 year deal. I mean, we do need a backup catcher. I don't know, because Dylan Dingler and Jake Rogers, I don't think are like, crazy. Jackson Jobe in the Rookie of the Year conversation. I really hope so. I mean, this would be huge for one if you add Jobe with Carrick Skubal, and even a guy like Cater Montero. I like my voice sounded really weird there. Even a guy like Cater Montero, he showed some flashes. I don't think he's Cy Young. I don't think he's Justin Verlander, but maybe he can produce. He can be like a 5-6 inning guy for you in like a third or fourth spot in your pitching staff. I'm just saying. Hey, Tucker Barnhart is a free agent, former Tiger. He hit 1 home run with the trade. He had 1 more home run than me. First baseman. This is an interesting one. What do you think of Christian Walker? Maybe you make the call. He's 34 years old, so obviously moving past his prime. But Christian Walker, is above average first baseman for the Arizona Diamondbacks this year. 26 home runs. I mean, better than Torkelson was, right? I mean, like, even if you want to say, well, you want to hope you don't want to block Torkelson. It's like Torkelson's so good. He beat Christian Walker in a one-on-one job. So maybe Christian Walker's a guy you look at if you can't get a Pete Alonso, which is probably pretty unlikely. Carlos Santana is also technically available. He wouldn't be terrible. He'd be okay. He's a below league average hitter, above an OPS plus, but not by much. He's okay. Maybe Paul Goldschmidt. He's in his twilight years, so you probably would only sign him for a short-term deal. Joey Gallo. No. If you sign Joey Gallo, you might as well just wave the white flag. Anthony Rizzo. No, not going to happen. Rhys Hoskins can opt out of his deal. Now, I'm just saying, if Rhys Hoskins opts out, you got to make that call. Because Philly, their situation, I think, is very tenuous. Obviously, they've been kind of on a downward spiral since that World Series loss a couple of years ago. Maybe Rhys Hoskins is on the watch. I know I'm just naming basically every free agent, but bear with me, all right? Let's see. Gleyber Torres. I don't think he's going anywhere, but I mean, he'd be a pretty good option at second base, but he's in New York, so he's probably not going anywhere. Whit Merrifield. No. No. Plus that I don't really think second base is really a major concern. Maybe again, I wouldn't mind adding any bat that's valuable. So, shortstop Willie Adames, he's not going anywhere. I doubt Verlander would come back. If he's gonna come back, maybe you sign him to a 1-year deal, just to end his career as a Tiger. He might be valuable for Job development because obviously he's a pitching legend and he's a vet. Josh Bell, I also wouldn't mind this. I thought he was a nice pickup for who did he get traded to? Arizona. Josh Bell, but it's just a little like an above league average batting average, or a little below actually, but 240, 249. Actually, that might be a little above. I don't know what league average was. He might be an okay first baseman to look at. He might be a little cheaper though, so I'm not high on that. I would rather, you go after a Walker, an Alonso, or even a Santana. Probably Alonso or Christian Walker. Those would be the two guys I'd be interested in. But Willie Adames is not going anywhere. But hey, if Milwaukee wants to be cheap, I wouldn't mind Willie Adames. I'm just saying. Jose Iglesias? No, not Jose Iglesias. Ahmed Rosario? No, not really. Tim Anderson? No. Third base, Alex Bregman's the big name. Eugenio Suarez, he's a club option though, so I don't think the team is going to let him go. He's a 7-WAR player, so probably not going anywhere. I'd say, yeah, Alex Bregman is pretty much the only third baseman that realistically would make sense. Gio Urshela is going to be a free agent again. Left fielder, Jerickson Profar. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Tyler O'Neill, maybe you go after Tyler O'Neill. I doubt that Boston's going to let him go. He was pretty good player for him this year. 132 OPS plus. Alex Verdugo. No. Mark Canha. Mark Canha was a 2.7 WAR player. Wow. That's actually pretty impressive. Robbie Grossman, former Tiger. Cody Bellinger again. If Cody Bellinger opts out, I swear I don't want to hear from Tiger fans to not go after Cody Bellinger if he opts out. Cody Bellinger, we should have gone after this year. So if he opts out, because the Cubs are in a bit of a odd spot, he's a 6-WAR player in the outfield. Like if you could have an outfield of Riley Green, Parker Meadows, and Cody Bellinger, you're not giving up hits in the outfield. That ball's in the air and it's in the outfield, it's an out. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any of it. Juan Soto. Yes, obviously. If that's even possible. Santander, Teoscar Hernandez. Wouldn't be a terrible pickup. He's 32 years old, though. So probably wouldn't be for too long. JD Martinez. We've already done this. And then the starting pitching. I mean, there's just a lot. I'm not going to go over all the Jose Urena, former Tiger. How do I know all this? Relief pitchers. Kenley Jansen might not be a bad arm to go after. He's 37 years old. So there's that. But, still a 2.5 WAR player. And given our pitching coaching, I think we'd be able to do it. Although, frankly, I don't really think we need to go after relief arms because we just find them off trees. We just pick them up and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they are. They'll just be good. But, yeah, obviously plenty of names. I'd say it's a pretty top-heavy free agency class. So I'd like for us to get one of these top names. I'd like for us to be in the Pete Alonso, Christian Walker sweepstakes. I'd like for us to be in the Alex Bregman, Eugenio Suarez potentially, or even the what's his name? Rhys Hoskins talks. I'd like for us to be in those talks. I don't know that we will be, but either way, investments have to be made. As fun as some of the hits were, I really don't want to have to see Zach McKinstry or trying to think of some other bum off our team. Primarily Zach McKinstry. I just like to be able to add to this lineup because the pitching is there and the pitching will continue to be there. The more we sell pitching, the more we find new pitching. What we need is some bats. So, seems to me the job is simple. But the execution is going to be a little bit more complicated. If you're a good GM, Scott Harris, if you're a good president of baseball ops, you get the job done. You make this team better. But disappointing end of the season for Detroit. See Conforto. Yeah, I mean, anytime there's like a previous relationship that definitely, that definitely adds to it. Michael Conforto this year, 116 OPS plus in the outfield and a one more player. So he wasn't amazing, but certainly I'd say he is better than, say, I don't know. I mean, overall, I guess he was probably about the same as a Wenzel Perez, but this gives Wenzel Perez a little bit more breathing room, so to speak. And again, like, injuries happen, these things happen. It's an insurance policy. Now, to be fair, Michael Conforto was not there. Well, he was injured for all of 2022. Scott Harris was in San Fran that year, but the years that he played for San Fran, Harris was not there. I don't know what his contract situation is. Let's see. When did he sign there? Signed through 2024. So he was signed in 23. So he was signed after Scott Harris left, I think. My math is correct. It says 23 to 24. So he's going to be a free agent, obviously. So yeah, I don't know if he has that much of a relationship, but obviously he probably knows people from San Fran. So I'm sure either way, moves have to be made. Team has to get better offensively. And I mean, I don't doubt that some of these guys that are being developed in the minor leagues won't come up and be able to perform. I mean, we saw it even with guys like Trey Sweeney, who had very little pedigree, and he performed pretty okay. And I'd like to see him develop more. I don't know if he's, Alex Rodriguez or, trying to think of famous shortstops. Derek Jeter. I don't know why I didn't think of him first. But if he can be an above average shortstop, it's going to be an improvement from what we had with Javi Baez. So either way, though, I'm talking a lot here, so I'm going to head out. So a little bit of a show note for tomorrow. Tomorrow, Lions game, 4:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be live probably around 4:15, 4:20-ish. So we'll be live reacting to that game, play-by-play, the whole thing, whole shebang. Hopefully it's a win so that this sports weekend is not a total nightmare. But if you enjoyed, if you were just listening in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I would appreciate it. We do live shows every Tuesday. Just talk show. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Sucks that the season ended the way it did, but it was a good season overall. It was a successful season. You did more than I expected you to. And to me, that's a success. So with that, I'm heading out. I'm going to make dinner because I'm hungry. So I will see you all hopefully tomorrow afternoon. Have a good rest of your evening, everybody, and take care. See ya. Goodbye. See ya.